Okay, it's saying that we're
Okay.
live.
Yep. There you go.
Hi, Ask
We're live.
April, and welcome to
Hi.
TR Reality After Chemo. How are you?
I'm good, Miss TR. How are you?
I'm good this morning. Was rushing and doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get ready, and told my daughter don't become yelling at me when I'm in the middle of an interview and she's upstairs resting.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yep.
yes. You're
Yep.
looking beautiful. You're looking
Thank
beautiful.
you.
You look
Thank
so much
you.
like my daughter.
Oh my, that is
So much
so
like my
crazy.
daughter.
That
Oh
is so
my God. When I
crazy.
looked
She's
at you, I
beautiful.
maybe that's why I kind of drawn to you. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, you have like the same eyes,
That is so crazy.
almost the same complexion.
Yep.
Because she was
Almost.
very light like you, but for some
Uh-huh.
reason, when she got pregnant, she got that, I guess they said that maternity dark mask and it
Yep.
never
Yep.
went away. So she
Yep.
got a little tone, but you can see how light I am.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And I have
Yeah.
freckles. She doesn't.
I love freckles. I swear I do. I love freckles.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad your morning has starting
Yep,
off good. If
it's
that's good
good.
on a positive note.
It is. It is. Yep. I'm trying to go to the gym. So I went to the gym this morning. So I told them, I said, I'm going to go before the interview. So
Yeah,
I
get
got
that,
back in
got
at
that
10:30.
blow, that got that blood flowing and
Yes.
all that
Yes.
positivity and energy in
Yep.
and that poo poo stuff out.
Yes. Yes. Get it out of there.
Yes, 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 yes. I don't know if you received the questions.
I did. So yes, I did get a chance to skim over them. Um, and I will, and I so I looked over the questions, and I will say that I didn't put too much thought into each question because I kind of wanted to be a little organic when I answered.
Right, right, right. But
So,
if I
but I did see, so I did skim over them
yes,
though.
yes, I don't want to have anything caught catching you off guard.
Right.
And
Okay. Yep.
also, I
Yep.
didn't want it be something that I asked and you weren't ready to answer
Okay. Yep. And
because
I understand
because
that.
people
Yeah.
are
No, when
seeing
I'm
us
open.
live. It's not
Yes.
like it's recorded where I can edit it out.
Right. Right. And I'm just
Okay,
pulling the chat up here. Now, I know that I'm going to be doing my face. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do so I don't have to get up, I am going to go wet my sponges really quick, if that's
and you're
okay.
gonna set up, no
Yep.
problem,
I got
no
everything else.
problem.
I'm just going to wet my sponges and my coffee is sitting right there. And then that's it. And then I'll be ready to go.
Okay, I'm
Is that
gonna mute.
okay?
Yes, I'm gonna mute you out, and I'll
Okay.
entertain our people.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to TR's Reality After Chemo. Our guest today is Ask April, who is a YouTube creator and in the beauty sector, coupon sector, and touches on a little other things as well. She's setting up for us, and what we're going to talk about is all things regarding beauty and how she could be an asset to the cancer sector as far as the women goes, or even the caregivers to help them beautify those that are sick. Because I am a cancer survivor, I am a breast cancer survivor. And with me being a breast cancer survivor, there's a lot of things that I had to learn because my hair, literally, I had locks. My hair touched the right down to my butt, right to the what they say the caucus bone of the backside, and I lost all my hair in one day. One day it literally detached itself and it was falling on the ground and I didn't know it, and it fell like from the second treatment that I had of chemo. So there was a lot of things that I had to learn in the beauty sector, and there was nothing for those who were at the time in 2010 in the beauty sector that could have helped me. So what I had to do was go to the transgender community where I learned to put on my eyebrows the best I knew how. I learned how to put on eyelashes because that's one of the things that go is your eyebrows and your eyelashes. Anything regarding hair. That's one thing about chemo that I did like. I didn't have to get waxed. But I did lose all my hair and I couldn't wear wigs because the wigs will spin around my head like a bowl. But what I did do was head wraps, like African head wraps with the big earrings. I penciled on my eyebrows and I put eyelashes on and some lipstick and also a little rouge like I have now, just to give myself some color so people wouldn't look at me as being sick. And no one knew that I was going through chemo unless you knew me personally. And I was still active. So we have Ask April on right now. And like I said, she's setting up for us. And just stay tuned, please. And don't leave us, all right? Just be a little patient and she'll be coming on. Okay? All right. Okay, we're back.
We
We
are
got
back.
Ask April here for those who are just coming into the chat. Welcome to TR Reality
Yeah,
After Chemo TV. And our
yeah.
special guest today is Ask April. And
Mhm.
April is part of the beauty sector
Thank
of
you.
YouTube creators, and she's going to give us tips and demonstrate. And
Mhm.
my channel is basically about those women who have gone through chemo. I had breast cancer and I'm a
Yes,
breast cancer survivor since I've been clear since 2012,
yes.
and which is a blessing, which is almost, whew, it was rough, but I made it through and I'm still cleared. Up
Yes,
to this day, I'm still clear. And I was really blessed, April, because I still have my body parts.
yes,
And I had,
yes.
and I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, you
Yep,
know, and
yep,
it was my church and loved ones that helped me get through. And it was a
yep,
fight. It was
yep.
not easy. It's a fight.
No, no.
So,
I have heard that it's one of the more aggressive cancers.
and it's painful.
Yes, yes. And
Hmm.
and you are blessed, and God bless you for sharing your story, because there's so many,
Yes.
sometimes you can lose hope when you get those types of diagnosis, or even in
Hmm.
your family. And it can get really, really hard. I shared a sometimes on Sundays I'll share the church that my mom is a member at and my kids go to. They have their online, you can watch their
Prayer
service
line.
online.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so
Hmm.
sometimes, whether if I go in person, or we'll listen to it live online. And
Hmm.
they had where there was a lady who's a member there, and she shared her story. It was a year and a half journey that she went through with breast cancer, and she still has her parts too, but she kind of shared it. And it was just kind of like, she was there at the church at the beginning, and she kind of like came back, because when it got so hard for her, she wasn't attending church so much. And kind of just sharing, from the beginning all the way through, so people can kind of know, like, just the journey and that sort of thing. And kind of uplift the people that are currently dealing with the same thing.
Hmm.
So I thought it was nice to hear, because you don't know, you get those diagnoses, you don't know what to expect. Everybody's story is unique. And so just anybody that is open to sharing their experience, whether if they're currently going through it or they are a survivor, is awesome to hear. So,
Yes.
and you're beautiful. Like you can never tell looking at you. So it's like, you never know what someone's been through at the
You
end of the
never know
day.
someone's journey. That is
You
true
never know.
because when I was going through it, like I was telling our audience before you came back, is
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't have what they have today. And they didn't have what they had out today to alert those that had any type of cancer on how to
Yes.
beautify themselves.
Yes.
And it was not only the beauty as far as makeup, but
Yep.
even wigs. And the wigs were horrible. They were ugly.
Yep.
Oh my God, they
Yep.
were ugly.
Yep.
And I couldn't wear a wig. It spun down my head like a bowl. I was bald headed and there was no traction to hold it.
Right.
And it just
Okay.
wouldn't. And I knew what styles I wanted. I know I like big hair.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm definitely a full figure woman.
Yes. Yes.
So most full figure women look great with big
Yep.
hair.
Yep.
And they
Mm-hmm.
just look really, no matter what size they are, if they have big hair, it
Yep.
complements
Yeah,
them.
it does.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I did was do African head wraps
Mm-hmm.
with big earrings. I did my eyebrows.
Yep.
I put my eyelashes on and lipstick, and I will put a little bit of rouge like I have now to bring some
Mm-hmm.
color to me. And that was
Yep.
it.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
it. And no
Yep.
one knew that I was going through chemo until they might say, well, what's wrong with Miss TR? She
Yeah.
looks like she's out of it. And they'll say, oh, well, she had chemo. And I was taking production classes on,
Okay.
I will have chemo on Wednesday. And the
Okay.
next day, Thursday, I was
Okay.
taking my TV because I'm a director and producer. And
Mm-hmm.
I have a channel in my town, Access TV, and my people hire me to do their shows,
Mm-hmm.
to direct and produce their shows. So
That's
I'm just,
awesome.
yeah, I'm just new to the YouTube sector. I'm
Right.
not new to the radio and TV sector, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
new to the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and I'm learning. Well, for those that
Well,
are just
it's so
coming in,
amazing that you're here because YouTube is almost taking over TV
it
as
is, it
companies.
is,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's like,
However, this is going on my public access. I'm gonna make a copy of this, and this is gonna go on television too.
oh
So
wow,
yeah,
okay.
you're gonna be
Wow.
on my network in my town as well. Yes,
Oh
everything I
yay.
do goes
Okay.
on the network. Yes, yes,
Sweet.
yes. For
That's
those
so
who are just
awesome.
tuning in, we have Ask April, who is a current YouTube creator in the beauty sector. Now, I'm going to ask her some questions. And in the meantime, you see her prepping herself for us. So
Mm-hmm.
we're in for a treat,
Yep, I'm gonna
So,
go ahead and get started. And yeah, if you
yeah.
want to go
And
ahead and I can just
yeah,
explain as I go.
yes. And she's going to show you, whereas she's going to be doing private webinars, which means a private web. Well, she could do a setup like this and it'd be one on one where it doesn't have to be a recording, but it's one on one, or she could Skype you, and you have that because technology today, the sky is the limit.
It
So you
is.
could do one
Absolutely.
on one, or she could do a group, and all she has to do is give you the link for you to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then she'll
Mm-hmm.
give her information at the end because this is a brand, guys. This is a brand. So
Mm-hmm.
free is nice, but that's not what pays the bills. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm not saying it'll be a high cost, but
Mhm.
it does cost to get things out there. So,
Yeah.
okay, April, I have some notes here.
Yes.
And I briefly told them a little bit about you, but
Okay.
no one can explain about you but you, like you
That's
can.
true. That's
So
true.
could just tell us just a little bit, not in too much detail because I
Mhm.
don't want personal information, but
Okay.
if you're able to tell us where are you from, basically you raised, and
Hmm.
you don't have to say you can state a state but not the
Hmm.
town, please.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
And we'll just start from there. So
Okay.
just tell us a little bit about you, Miss April.
Well, I am born and raised from Ohio. Ohio. So the Midwest, tri-state area. Um, Never lived anywhere else, so I've been here my whole life. Um, that's pretty much it. Like I grew up in the urban area of the state or whatever, and what I'm a mother, so I do have children. Two of my children are adults now, so I just have one minor child that's still in high school. He's halfway through. Um,
Are
and
you a
that's pretty much
grandmother as well?
I am, yes. So my
Okay,
oldest daughter
okay.
does have a baby. She just turned 1 in December. So,
Wow. And
yep,
it's a girl.
good girl. I mean, she is.
She's
Yeah,
a good girl.
she is. She doesn't do much of anything. She just,
Well, that's
yeah.
good. That's good. All right, tell us what you do basically and describe it as much detail as you can for our listening audience.
Okay. So right now, currently I am focused pretty much on my YouTube channel and the education process of continuing the field of work that I'm in, which is insurance. So I'm currently in the process of getting licensed to continue on with the insurance industry, and it's basically, home, life, health, auto, so insurance that we all need. We don't like it, but we all need it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a requirement a lot of places. So it is a business that that is needed out here. So that's what I do currently as far as regular work. But I am laid off from my job until I finish my licensing process. So that's been the better part of last year. So we're kind of like in the ending stages of that. So yeah,
So,
so I've
new
just been
beginnings,
pretty much
right?
focusing on YouTube.
Mhm.
Huh?
New beginnings.
Yes.
Hmm.
New beginnings. And yeah, and that's actually why I started my channel too, because of new beginnings. So yeah. So I just been kind of focusing on my channel and my brand, um, because it has become that. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, so can you tell our listening audience what your brand is?
Yes. So my YouTube channel, I started kind of just to share my story, my journey to from where I've come from to where I am now, and the new beginnings that I am starting, as far as getting licensed and just pursuing some things that I've been trying to work on for a while. I was a teenage mother, so I spent the better part of my life focusing on raising my children. Um, and so, since they're older now, I can kind of focus on the things that I want to do.
Hmm.
As far as my brand, I'm just working to build my channel. I love anything that has to do with beauty, skincare, makeup, and that sort of thing. So I don't really consider myself a makeup artist, but I'm becoming that. So it's kind of something that's in the beginning stages and it's just forming itself, and I'm just trying to take it all in and organize it as it should come. I do couponing, so I am couponing. I enjoy talking about current events, sharing information with women and just people, period, to just be better. Anything that can help us to educate ourselves for what we're trying to do and the next step that we're trying to achieve in our life. And beauty is a big part of that, because I feel like if we feel good, if we look good and we feel good, we can we won't be as scared to kind of take that next step and take things a little bit further to do things that we want to do. So I feel like if we take care of self, and then we can go on and pursue things, and pursue things that we kind of hold back from doing because we're not confident in that. Um, so that's pretty much what my brand is. I have a lot of things that I want to do actually, but beauty and makeup, couponing, and just sharing information, just meeting different people.
So that's your
Um,
mission. Your mission is sharing and helping, I take it.
yes, that's it. Yep.
So right now, as far as YouTubing, is your main sector beauty right now? Your focus?
Um, my main sector is well, yes, for my channel, it is beauty. It is beauty. It's beauty and conversation. But
Oh,
it's focused around beauty. And then what I do, this is what I do. So I pretty much do the beauty and, do my face or my hair, my nails, just whatever I'm doing to get ready for that day. There's always a conversation involved. And sometimes it has to do with things that are going on with YouTube, other YouTube content creators or different channel situations that are kind of circulating
On the
through
YouTube
YouTube,
streets, as they
on
call it.
YouTube, on the YouTube streets. Yes. And then sometimes we have conversations, real life stuff, I may have something going on in my life, or there's someone in the chat that, has something going on, and we talk about that. So there's always a conversation involved. And yeah, so I just feel like, and then once the conversation gets started, it's like other people share, and they may have something similar going on, or they have you know advice and stuff like that for something, so that's pretty much what it is. It's just like beauty and conversation.
Okay, so
Mhm.
basically, you're in the beauty sector, all right, and you how you got into the beauty sector. What made you want to do that? Is it something that you did when you were a little girl you like? Because not all women are princesses.
Right.
Not all women are princesses. I
Yeah.
have two grandchildren. One's a
Yes.
princess, and the other one could care less on how she
Yes.
looks. I have
Yes.
one that's 27, that's a princess, and when she was younger, we dressed her up in the frilly frills. And then her
Yes.
sister, who was a real cutie pie, but
Yes.
she wasn't that type of lacy lace child.
Yep. Yep.
And even now, she's got a banging body. She's
Yes.
solid, but she's
Yes.
comfortable in sneakers, Timberland
Yes.
boots. I get on her. I told her that sometimes her sweats look like she got you a new you know what in front.
Yes.
Because she was like, I dress comfortable. I dress me. I could care less with anybody. She could care less. She's in college.
Yes.
She goes to a
Yep.
HBCU. She's
Yep. Oh wow.
In North Carolina.
Yes. I
And
love it.
she could care less. I said,
Mm-hmm.
come on, Destiny. She'd be like, they don't call me grandma. Honey, they call me Nina.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they call me Nina. And my great grandson doesn't call me Granny or great grandma. He calls me Gigi. Gigi is for great grandma.
Oh, that's what my daughter wants my baby to call me.
And yeah, Gigi is like, and my daughter is called Mima. No, no,
Yes.
no, no, no. We do not get those kind of titles. I'm not,
Yes.
I'm not, when you think of a great grandmother, I do have the gray hair and everything,
Yes. Which is
but it's
beautiful.
like, I ain't ready for that.
No.
I am
No.
in, like
Yep.
65. I am in my
Okay.
mid 60s,
Okay.
but I'm just not ready to take on
Yep. Yep.
that.
That's okay.
Only time
Yep.
I'm willing to take it on is when I'm at the cash register so I can use the senior citizen discount. Other than
Yeah.
that, I don't own it.
Mm-mm. I know that's right. That's like
I
my
don't
mom.
know
She
that.
my kids call her, she's nanny. They call her nanny. No
Who, your
grandma,
mother,
no, you
your
call me.
mom?
Yeah, my mother. Yes.
Did
Uh-huh.
she
So,
choose?
and me,
Did she choose that name or did they choose it?
well, they choose it. They choose it. She said no, because it started. Okay, so my kid's dad, they called her Nini. She thought of the name Nini because she didn't want to be called grandma either. So they kind of went with nanny with my mom. So it's like
Well, my
Nini, that's
granddaughter,
Nini,
my
that's nanny.
oldest, I used to tell her to say Nana, Nana, and she would say Nina. I said no, Nana and Nina, and I was like, you know what?
Yep, it just went.
it just went. So
Yep,
all the kids, and I am the senior of my
yep.
cousins. So they either
Okay.
call me cousin by my government name or they
Yep.
call me what my grandchildren call me Nina.
Okay.
But yeah, and all their friends call me Nina as well. But
Yes,
kids are blessings, and
they
it is,
definitely
yes,
are.
it is what it is. Now, would you be in the YouTube sector?
Yes.
How do you feel yourself fitting in its purpose?
Mm. You know what? I feel like I definitely bring something different
Hmm.
to the sector. I kind of started out like, okay, so as far as the makeup goes, I'm not a woman who wore makeup all their life. I've only been doing this for maybe about 2 years,
So
just
you're
about 2 years.
self-taught. You're self-taught.
self-taught.
Okay. Hmm.
And I got into it kind of watching YouTube. So
Well, that's the thing today. You don't really
yeah,
have to go to school unless
yep,
you want to do it, whereas you need certain things you have to do where you need a license.
right,
Show people how
right,
to do this
yep,
and do workshops and stuff like that. You don't need a
yep.
license for that.
No, no, you don't.
You don't need a license for
No,
that.
not
And
for makeup.
not for makeup, yes.
Right.
So your
So yeah.
purpose.
So my daughter, my middle daughter, she watches YouTube and she watches, there's like these young YouTube couples that are popular, and
Mhm.
she was watching them, and I'm kind of watching it too. She'll tell me like, "Mom, such such," and I'm watching it too because I want to know what she's watching, and what's influencing her to, they think it's cute and stuff, which they are, but so I kind of got into it watching these YouTube couples, and then, but of course, I don't want to watch these young couples, so I'm just skimming around, and I was started watching makeup videos, and yeah, so I started. So one, what? So yeah, 2 years ago during the holiday season, they have a bunch of sales and different gift sets and all that stuff. So I just started buying makeup, and like, let me try it. And so I just started playing around in it and started liking it, and it kind of just grew, and I like it more and more. And then last year, um is when I kind of was coming into the transition at my job where I had to get licensed and stuff like that. Um and so um on Facebook. I used to go on Facebook Live. So, Facebook has the live stream or whatever that you can do.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, hold on. Okay. So, Facebook has the live stream that you can do. So, I used to be on Facebook and I would do my makeup on Facebook and just do it like in the morning. And people would inbox me on Facebook and they'll say, "Can you come on and talk about this today?" or whatever. And it'd be mostly like relationship stuff and all that kind of stuff. But these are people that I actually know. Facebook is usually like your actual, surroundings or whatever. And so somebody suggested that I go to YouTube because YouTube is, it's all about making videos and stuff like that. So that's it, just kind of went from there. So I went on YouTube and I already had a channel on there, whatever, an account for me watching videos and stuff. So I just created a channel and just started talking, doing my makeup. And I kind of
Doing what
started
you're
out.
doing right now with me.
Yep, just like, yep,
Mhm.
that's it. And then I would talk about, stuff that was kind of going on with like the YouTube couples and stuff like that, just different things that I see. And I thought it was a good idea because I feel like there's a lesson in it. I feel like, different situations that we see play out in YouTube streets, I feel like there is something that we can all learn from it. Um, just interactions with people, period, someone can relate to that.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where it started from. And that's it. And that was just my concept to start out with. And it just kind of grew from there. I really didn't know if anybody was going to watch me or not.
Yeah.
But
So let me ask you this. What are the 2 to 3 benefits that people will get from you regarding watching you do your makeup or when you do your webinars? Because I'm sure you're going to be doing webinars, you're going to be
mhm,
doing one-on-ones, all
mhm,
on social media because
mhm,
you can't meet people today because you don't
mhm.
know if they're like cuckoo, you know.
Right, right.
But you could Skype and teach and do stuff because I know I take classes online
Yes,
and I
yes,
pay for my classes. They're all,
yes.
you could do a Groupon and put in a class and you put in a link and you sit in front of your Skype or whatever it is, you give them the link and you do the one-on-one. And
There
not
you
only
go.
that, it could be one-on-one and it could be 10 people in the chat, but it's still a one-on-one all at
Yep.
one time.
There you
So
go.
there are so many ways people that you can get you find a need,
Yep.
you find a
Yep.
want. And beauty, there's enough on YouTube streets with
Yeah.
beauty for everyone to eat.
There is.
You know,
There is.
also with my complexion being so fair, I'm not
Yeah.
Caucasian people.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I'm African American. Both
Mm-hmm.
parents are African American. My
Yep.
mother has Indian, American Indian in her.
Mm.
Okay. and my father has Portuguese, so I guess that's where the light skin is. And I
Okay.
always make a joke, the freckles come because apparently my ancestors were raised up by by Irish
Yes,
people, you know?
yes, freckles are beautiful.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I look at my freckles and I like them, and then
Yeah,
sometimes I look at them and I don't. And people who have freckles have problems getting makeup, the tone of makeup,
they
because
do.
we have so much problems because some people have freckles that are just a little bit on their cheeks.
Yeah,
And then you get those who really overpower the face and
yes,
you got to get makeup to tone it down. Well, me,
yes,
I'm caught in the middle. It depends. In the summertime, it seems like they get bigger. And then
yep.
like now it's like it shrinks a little bit.
Well,
But I don't
the beauty
always
industry,
wear,
people put
pardon
fake
me?
freckles on. I said, well, in the beauty industry, people they put fake freckles on, so you have them, so embrace them.
Yeah, I got them. I got them. But how do like, can you give me a tip on how do I get to match my complexion? What
Well,
product would you use? And I'm not talking about
yeah,
top end, because when you're
yep,
first starting out, you need the low
yes,
end because you're
yes,
playing with it.
yes, yeah. You
So
don't want to
I
spend
was
that money.
thinking that maybe Elf will be,
Elf has an amazing foundation that is $6,
uh-huh.
and the only thing is the scent. So it does have a fragrance to it. So some people don't like the scent, or if you have sensitive skin, it may be irritable. So that's the only thing on that
Well,
one.
that's really with any makeup, because what will work for somebody else doesn't mean that brand will work for you.
Exactly, exactly. And
So
that's
yeah,
what makeup, it's all individualized. But Milani, which I made sure I brought this up.
Milani you can get in the drugstores now, correct?
Yes. This one right here, this is their foundation, and this is the only foundation that Milani has out right now. The only liquid bottle foundation.
Is
And
what? That
it
color?
is, huh? Well, no, the only that Milani only has one liquid foundation out right now. This is their only, not the only shade. They have multiple shades, but the foundation itself, they only have one, so it'll be easy to find. So because some brands make so many different ones, people don't know. So I'm just saying that if anyone looks for this foundation, you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to know it's the only one that they make. But it's a 2-in-1, so it's concealer and foundation in one.
And where do you get this? What is that, a drug? I know you can get it in a
Yeah,
drugstore, but where
you
did you
can.
get yours from?
I
Walgreens, CVS,
I
Walmart,
have
what?
mine from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, it's about, I think it's $9.88.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so $10. But you can get it at Ulta Beauty, you can get it at Walgreens, you can get it at CVS, Rite Aid. If you have a Walmart, if you have a Kroger's grocery store, depending on where you are, everybody doesn't have Kroger's, but I know they have beauty and they carry Milani. Um, so yeah, Milani is pretty much everywhere at your corner drugstore, or if you have a Walmart, if you have a Target, carries Milani. Um, Myers, if you have Meyer department stores, because I'm just thinking, everybody's different places. But Target, Walmart, Meyer are like major drugstores that are spread out, and they all carry Milani. And it's about $10, maybe 12, depending on where you're at. Because um, Walgreens, they price their makeup a little bit higher. Um, Target prices their makeup a little bit higher.
And you can
So
always Google for coupons, correct?
you can always Google for coupons. I always suggest too, like shopping on the direct website of the brand, because a lot of times they have deals going on, sales, they have clearances, they have discount codes and stuff like that, free shipping. So I always suggest too going straight to the brand that you're shopping for. Milani is a great drugstore brand. I love their stuff. They have great foundation. That foundation will cover your sins, everything. It'll cover everything.
So, what is your tip to try to match the color of your complexion? How do you go about
Well,
doing that?
the main thing is your undertone. So you can get the correct shade, but it's your undertone. So like,
Your
okay, so like,
undertone is what? More like a yellow?
right. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
right. So you have like your warm, your neutral, or your cool, which is like on the gray end. Cool is like kind of gray. A lot of times that's where the mistake comes in. You'll get like a cool tone foundation. Um, and so your regular skin tone is still peeking through. As
Mm-hmm.
far as your freckles, it depends on what you want to do. If you don't want them to show at all, then what I would suggest is that you conceal them. So you would put a concealer on first.
And the concealer
For
is how many shades do you go down?
at least two. At
Oh,
least two.
two.
Yeah.
Oh,
I always say
okay.
at least two. Yeah. Especially for the under eye. Now, if you're doing it for if you're concealing your face and everything, you can go down one because you don't want it to peek through too much under your foundation. But under your eye, at least go two shades.
Girl, I got bags that I've done everything. I done spent up to big money trying to correct these bags, and they are not helping.
Well,
And
you
it's,
know what? Ice cubes in the morning.
oh, in the morning. That's
Yep.
when I correct.
Or like my eye cream that I use is I love Clinique products. Clinique
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
very nicely priced, and they always have good deals going on. And so their eye cream, whatever eye cream you use, keep it in the refrigerator.
Oh,
Where's
okay. Oh, that must feel good when it goes on the underneath
oh
the
my god,
eye too.
it feels so
And it
good.
must really feel good.
And it's like instant. Like it will take your puffiness down. In the morning you wake up, you're kind of puffy a little bit. If you're doing your routine in the morning, yeah, either take an ice cube or frozen bag of veggies or something like that, and just set it on your face and set it right underneath your eyes, or your eye cream. Keep it in your in the refrigerator, and then yeah, and it feels so good, and it takes down that puffiness. Like you'll see an instant difference. It
So,
helps with dark circles.
so let me
Hmm.
ask you this. Now, I like to address the cancer women patients or those
Uh-huh.
who are pre and post or the caregiver, you know,
Yes.
all right,
Yes.
because the caregiver can help them with it. Um,
Yes.
a lot of times when we have chemo, our skin gets horrible. You know,
Oh,
it's
yep.
very soft and it becomes like thin. All right,
Okay.
and it's very
Okay.
soft to the touch.
Okay.
So, but it could also dry out because of all these chemicals going in your system.
Yes.
What would you suggest to use? Is a moisturizer something that we should be using every day, though, right? In
Yes.
general.
Moisturizer you should use every day. Because what's going to help, like makeup helps temporarily for that moment, but if your skin isn't being taken care of, then the makeup isn't really gonna
I
even
see.
the makeup isn't going to be able to cover some stuff up. So
Mm.
always take care of your skin first. And moisturizer is like, if you do a moisturizer and an eye cream, that is like amazing. I always suggest a serum also. So you only need three products for your skincare routine: an eye cream, a moisturizer, and a serum. That's it.
What about a toner?
Yes. And
When do you use a
so when I
toner?
say when I
Before
say
or
need,
after?
toner is after you wash.
Oh,
So
okay.
toner is after you wash your
So
face.
it
I'm
balances
just
out the
saying
pH
three.
on your skin.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
So it just
okay.
adds the stuff in that you just washed off, like the good stuff that you
Mm-hmm.
washed off. So I use Thayer's Witch Hazel toner. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm using right now. I know it's wet. It got wet, so the label is so messed up. But this is usually $11, okay?
Where you
But
get
if
it
you
from? Always tell us where we can get it
yes,
from.
yes. So $11 at Ulta, okay? But right now,
Is that
if
witch
you go to
hazel?
Witch Hazel, yep. Well, it says
Okay.
yeah. See, you say it says
Yeah,
Witch
there's
Hazel.
different types of witch hazel people. There's
Yes,
different types. So,
yeah.
yeah, there's different types. There's witch
Hmm.
hazel, that you use for the face. And then there's a different type of witch hazel that you use for sores and aches and stuff like for cuts
Yes,
and stuff like
yeah,
that. There are two different types of witch hazel. You
yeah,
got to be careful.
yeah. This
Yeah.
is for the face. And again, it's Thayer's, and it's Witch Hazel, but it's facial toner. Now, this you see, I got it at I found it at TJ Maxx for
Okay.
$4.99. Okay. So they sell this at Ulta. But if you have a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls, always check them because they always have awesome brands in there for a way less
Hmm.
price. Um,
Hmm.
I'm talking about skincare that costs money, and you'll go in there and you'll get it for an amazing price. So Ulta Beauty, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls, and that's where I get this from. If you go on Ulta's website, they have their lemon scent is half off right now. They still
Mm-hmm.
have some, so they have it for $5.50. Okay, so I always tell people about sales. You know, I said I coupon, so if you can get it for a lesser price, I'm always about saving $1. You know, you want to get the better brands if you can, but and even with drugstore brands, like if you can find a drugstore brand, why spend all that money, you know, on something that's going to do the same thing you want it to do? So,
Now,
but
what
yeah,
about, all right, and also something that are the cancer, those that are pre and post. We start because our skin is starting to dry out a little bit. Like I notice the difference in my skin. I have wrinkles. Oh, I'm starting like you can see right here the
yes,
crease. And like before I had it all, I used to say push this back and I'm like, oh my God, just by me doing this takes 10
yes,
years off of me.
yep, yep,
So what can I do to like tighten up the skin so I can get, because when we reach a certain age,
yep.
gravity kicks in and things start to
It
droop.
does.
It's
It
not
does.
just our boobs. Everything
It does.
starts to
No,
droop.
everything. Yes,
Everything
everything
starts to droop. Your
does.
butt, your boobs, your
All of it.
fat underneath your arms, the back fat,
Yep.
everything starts to
All of
droop.
it does.
Even skinny people who has double chins and they start to droop in their face. It's
Yep.
just something that happens that comes with age. So what
Yep.
do you suggest to help out with those lines? Anything special that or something regarding what would you
Hmm.
suggest how to handle ourselves for night creams to handle
Night
it?
creams. Night cream. Your night cream should always have retinoid in it. Retinoid is what
Uh,
retinoid and collagen is what repairs the part of the skin that causes those wrinkles and those fine lines. So it's kind of putting that stuff because as we do get older, you know, like we're born with all this great stuff, but you know,
mhm.
the older we get, the bigger we get, we use it up, and then our body stops producing it at a certain point.
And not only that, our food, the minerals are so depleted in the ground that we don't even
Yes.
get our natural
No.
minerals
No.
from the food that we eat that come up because our grounds
No.
are poisoned and our
Yes.
water is poisoned. So that
Yes.
goes in the food. So if it goes in the food or the animal that drinks it, then
Yes.
we get it in our system.
We get
So,
it. Yes.
mhm. So
Yeah.
regardless of what age, we should always use moisturizers. And one
Always.
thing I know for sure, when you put on makeup,
Yeah.
do not go to sleep with your makeup on. That's the worst
Oh
thing
my
that you could
goodness.
do.
Tell me about it. I've done that 3 times this week.
I know I've done it plenty of times, especially when you're hanging out, and I don't hang out that much. Usually I'm with my grandchildren. I'm watching my great grandson. If
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
called into the studio, and I do also do sofa house music recording.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, TV recordings.
Yes.
Um, I'm home. I'm home.
Yep.
And like people say, you don't get lonely. Heck no, I got so much going on
Yeah.
that the little bit of time that I get by myself, I could entertain myself. That's one thing,
Yes.
people. If you're able to entertain self, you could fit in anywhere. You could be in a
Yes.
room and not know anyone because you know how to entertain yourself. And
Yep.
I'm a talker.
Yes.
So if I'm at a
Yes.
wedding and you don't want to talk, then you can't sit next to me because you're not going to sit
Uh-uh.
there and just look and have your arms crossed looking at me. No, we're going to strike up a conversation. And not only
Yes.
that, I network everywhere I go, even if I'm
Yes.
on the grocery store line. I
Yes.
network everywhere I go.
Yes.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So, you know what I have a problem with? And
Hmm.
I can't get, well, if you can see my eyebrows, they're
Yes.
really not that thick, and I try to pencil a little bit in. For
Hmm.
whatever reason, chemo, my eyebrows did not all come back.
Right. Right.
Okay, so I like them a little bit
Yep.
thicker in the middle, and then come on. And sometimes with my skin being so light, although my eyebrows are a very, very, very dark brown or black, when I use
Yes.
a black pencil, it's too much.
Yes.
My
Yes.
skin is so fair, and then I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to look chalky. So,
Right.
what do you suggest on how to choose a pencil or what type of soft pencil to use
I
on your eyebrows?
I always say go lighter with your brow pencils because you
Okay.
can always build it up.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, so if you
So
go with like a
a light brown?
yeah, don't go with
Really?
like yeah, like a light brown or
What color
even
do
a
you
taupe.
use? A light
I use
brown?
I use a soft brown. Most of the time I use a soft brown, and that's just because I know how to use a light hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, either don't apply the product so harshly, kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep it very
Mm-hmm.
lightly,
Mm-hmm.
almost to where you're barely touching,
Mm-hmm.
or just get a lighter pencil because you can build up the color
Okay.
you know and
Okay.
sometimes we even have to use multiple we have to use like two different shades just to get that perfect shade and stuff, but I would say even go with a taupe, either a light brown or a taupe. And then what you do is you start in the beginning with the lighter shade, and you darken it as you go across
Oh,
the pale of your
okay.
brow. Yeah, kind
Okay.
of do like a ombre effect, but you get that lighter pencil, and that will like make that shade exactly what you want it to be. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I noticed that with me watching you, that
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that you have sometimes you do a wing eye. Now, how do
Yes.
you get your wing eye so straight?
Well, what I do is I don't follow, a lot of times people want their wing to you want to just go one stroke across your eye. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
scared. Don't be scared to just, work your way across. So basically what I do is I go across my top lash line first. So I
Mm-hmm.
start from the inner corner, and then
Mm-hmm.
I just follow my lash line, and I just go in small strokes, because if you mess up your eyeliner, you messed up everything, your
Oh,
eyeshadow,
yes, yes,
you
yes,
know.
yes. That's just
So
like a mascara. If you go, oops, the whole eye gets black. It's like, oh gosh.
yep, exactly.
Now,
So
do you wear lashes or
I
you
do.
do the strip? You do the strip or you have extensions?
I usually have extensions. Like I have a few in now. I did take them off because I was gonna do a strip lash today just to show how you can just do a strip
Now, do
lash.
you go and get this done or you do it yourself?
I
The
do it myself.
Oh, you do your own extensions. Now, there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference between clusters that you put them on because I
Yes.
get the extensions where they take one eyelash
Yes.
and put it
Mm-hmm.
on that one eyelash. Now,
Yes.
which one do you use? You do the clusters or the one little strand of hair on each eyelash?
I do the clusters,
Uh huh.
and which the clusters are my favorite, but
Mm-hmm.
I do these, which are still considered a cluster, but it's like maybe like three or four lashes,
Okay.
maybe at
Okay.
most four. But these, so
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
okay,
have went to.
so
I used to go to
yeah,
the nail place, the Asian nail
yep,
place, and they would put those on. But
right,
now I have someone at my studio. I have a studio people.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jewel,
I do have a personal studio.
yes,
So and I rent out a portion of my studio, and she does the extension.
yep, with the single
One
lashes.
with the
So I
single
do have
lashes.
some of those single lashes, and I'm waiting on my tweezers to come because there is a specific tweezer and glue that you need to apply
Right,
these.
right.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to do them.
Yeah, there it
So
is. Yeah.
these are the one lash. So I'm gonna do them live. Actually, I'm gonna do that, and
You're gonna
I
do it
like to
on
share all my
yourself, or
first.
you're gonna do it on a mannequin? How are you
I'm gonna
gonna
do them
teach
on
us?
myself.
Okay. I know
Yeah.
you do such a great job on your nails. I,
Thank
I
you.
went to school to
Thank
be a
you.
nail technician.
Did you? Oh
Yes,
wow.
years ago
Uh huh.
when they first started doing the acrylic.
Uh
Because
huh.
before it used to be a wrap. They used to put a
Yep.
wrap on.
Yep.
And then they came out with acrylic. And that's when I started. And people didn't want to pay me. They didn't want to pay me for it. They just didn't want to pay me. And
No.
it's something because you know what, April? They would come to my house.
Yep.
I will have donuts. I will have coffee, tea.
See.
Their kids running rapid in my house and bad behind kids.
See.
And at the time, I only charged $10 a set,
See.
and they had
Yep.
a problem paying that. And it was regardless if I put rhinestones or
Yep.
whatever on. I just
See.
and they ate. They
See.
had donuts. I had fresh brew coffee, not no instant hot water, fresh brew. Not no Mr. Coffee either. The kind, the old fashioned kind that
Yep.
perk that go
Yep.
boo.
I'm
boom.
telling you
And
that
people are
people will
just,
pay. And see, that's the thing, because people will say, April, why don't you do people's nails? Because they don't want to pay. They think because they're
they'll
coming
go
in
to
my
the Asian
house,
store and support them.
thank you. And nails breaking in 3 and 4 days and go and pay them to put them back on. No,
But
thank
not
you. No,
only
ma'am.
that, April, when I went to school for it,
Mm-hmm.
the routine that they do on your nails
Yeah,
is not the proper routine.
it's
They
not.
do is not. They don't practice sanitation,
No.
none of that stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you could end up with some serious stuff that will
Yes,
ruin your nails. You can
yes,
end up with hepatitis. People
yes.
have no idea
Yep,
what it
yep,
causes. And I will give a full manicure before
yep,
I even apply nails
yep,
tips or whatever. They
yep.
don't do it. They just take the
Nope.
German mills do it, and how they would put drill off your cuticles. And it's
Yo,
like
yeah.
you're not supposed to do that.
No, they don't. They just zoop, 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 zoop.
And
Yeah,
work you like
nasty.
assembly
They don't
line.
change out anything or anything. But I mean, because that's the one thing that school teaches you is the
Sanitary.
sanitation.
Oh yes, you
Like
don't
you got to
have to
bring the
have
talent,
the thing
but
down
they're
pat
gonna
because you
teach you
get
how
it
to do
as
it.
you go.
Yeah.
With practice. But they're
Yes.
big on
Yes.
on your testing is the sanitation part
That's
because
yeah. You got to know.
sanitation part you can transfer AIDS,
Mm-hmm.
hepatitis, serious athlete's foot fungus is ringworm.
Yes.
See, they don't know this, and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? We really need to educate ourselves, people, and the thing is learn how to do it yourself. If
See,
you
and
learn
that's
how to do it
where
yourself,
yeah,
then you
learn
know
how to
how
do
to
it yourself.
maintenance yourself. So that's why we have people like you
Yep.
coming on doing
Yep.
webinars, one-on-one,
Yep.
etc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
it
why I
could,
started doing my stuff myself. Well, I managed a salon for about a year. And it was a friend of mine. She owned her own nail salon. She had been my
mm-hmm.
nail tech for years. I've known her for a long time. And I had managed a body shop for a long time, an auto body shop. And
Oh,
so she
okay.
needed some help, and I was getting ready, I was kind of over it where I was at. So yeah, I went over there to her salon, and that's kind of how I went to school. I got past the like pedicure and manicure start stuff. I left because I ended up leaving the nail shop. So it I was really only going to school because for me to get licensed to work in her shop, it wasn't something that I really wanted to do to, go because I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to really work in a shop or anything. I was doing it for me to be there and help her out
Uh-huh. But see,
because
people
she was
don't know that when you go to the Asians, they're teaching their people how to do it.
yeah,
They're not
yeah.
they're not licensed.
No, they're
So
not licensed.
when you have a fungus on their finger, they'll take a buffer and talk about, oh, okay, and they buff it out. What they did
Buff it
is
off.
it's like, and then you done contaminated the buffer, which can go on somebody else's finger and cause a problem. And it's like, no. So to be wise, when you go to
Mm-hmm,
these places, people carry
mm-hmm.
your own. It doesn't cost much to get a whole kit for like $15 from
No,
Sally's.
it don't.
And then when you go, you could use them, but you hand them the instruments to use
Mm-hmm.
on you, and that's only for you.
Yep,
You know,
yep, yep. And
now,
really,
mhm,
it's good to do that because it shows them that that what needs to be done, because see
right, right.
they feel like people are ignorant to that, and they
And there
just
are a lot of people that are ignorant
well
to it.
there are
So many
and ignorant, and don't take ignorant as
as a
an offensive
negative,
word,
just meaning
because
that you
yeah,
don't
you
know and
don't
you
know.
really need to educate yourself
Yep,
on it.
that's it. So yeah, so they yeah, and that's what they do. They train their people. They're not licensed, they don't get licensed until they have to, but those people aren't licensed in there, and people will go
No.
in there, pay them with no problem,
Did
not
you
ask
know
them
you
no
have to be
questions.
licensed even to wax someone? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I didn't
Oh
know
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
and when you go into those Asian places, they're not licensed to
No.
wax you. They just
No.
do it. I
Maybe
bought my
two.
own wax machine and I do my
Yep.
upper lip and,
Yeah.
when you reach my age, you get hair where you
Yep.
don't usually have hair and where you're
Yep.
supposed to have ear, it disappears.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know? So,
Yep.
can you tell me what type of services would you be offering your listeners?
Well, if just basically I'm pretty good on the information part of it. If anyone
Hmm.
wants like, private information, or if they want to get like
Basically, a workshop, a
yeah, like,
one-on-one workshop or
right.
whatever. Hmm.
Yeah, if they want like a one-on-one, something that's individual for them and what they want and stuff like that, we can always go over things and stuff like that. Or even as a group, if we would just take time to because that when it comes to skincare and makeup and stuff like that, it is very individualized, and a lot of people don't realize that. What works for me may not work for you. And so even techniques, we all have different eye shapes, and I can put on eyeshadow like this, like I have a hooded eye. People don't know, like that little
Yeah, I
slit that
have one
folds
too.
over.
And that's only
Yeah.
because of age. Women of
Mm-hmm.
certain maturity, like I said, the
Uh-huh.
gravity sets in, so we end up
Yes.
having a hooded eye.
Yes. So, stuff like that. So, like educational purposes and stuff like that, or just individual information. Like, I'm open to stuff like that. Um, even like couponing. Everybody doesn't learn on the same or receive information on the same level.
Right, right.
So,
I don't. I've tried it and I watch them. I go, how do they do that? And how
right.
they're adding and they're doing this and you could do this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm lost. I'm
Yeah.
lost. I'm lost. I
Because
still
it
have
is
chemo
tricky.
brain.
It is.
I'm
And then
lost.
there's some that don't even really get those. It's sad to say, let me just say this, that some of those deals, like, they either have like a certain hookup, or, you
Oh
know,
yeah, like Dollar General. If you spend $25, you get
right.
$5
Yes.
off. But they don't tell you how to go to it. And
No.
which how you go, you have to have the hookup on the phone
Right.
where you
Yes.
hit the digital
Yeah.
coupon. So when you ring
Yeah.
it up at the register with your telephone number, it'll take the
Right.
$5 off. If you don't
Yes.
have that, then you can't get
Right.
the $5, and they don't
Right.
explain that to you.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Stuff like that. Or, and then some of the deals like on Instagram, please, like YouTube is kind of like, some of those people, like, they get the deals for the most part. There's some good ones on there, but some of them, they know people at the stores, like when they get these awesome clearance things at Walmart's, like they know somebody that held that thing for them or something. It's I hate it because it's like
It's all in
social
who you know.
media. It's like a fabrication. It's
Uh-huh.
like, just be real with the people. You got everybody running around looking for this TV for $50,
And
and
you only have one, and one of the employees got it, and that's it.
and just this one person happened to get it, and they get a whole bunch of hits on their video or their Instagram and stuff. It's just like you just happen to be the one person that get the deals all the time. Like, so, but but you can definitely save a lot of money. I do. I save a lot by couponing, and it's just all about kind of just matching up the coupons with the sales. It's just when the stuff goes on sale, you use your coupon, and but stores are making it harder. You got to go on certain days, and all
I
that
like
kind
the
of stuff.
digital
But
coupons. I don't like the cutouts because that
yeah,
means I have to
yeah,
buy the
I
paper
definitely am more
digital.
digital couponer.
Yeah, I
But
like the
yeah,
digital because other than
yeah,
that, that means I have to go to 7-Eleven, get up there early
yes.
to get the Sunday paper. And I never knew that it doesn't automatically come with the Sunday paper. They have to stuff the
Oh
stuff
yeah,
in
they
there.
put yeah they put
Yeah,
them
they
in
have to put,
there.
and if
Yeah,
they don't put everything in there, you done spent $2 or even up to $5 buying different papers, and you
yeah.
didn't even get all the inserts.
Yep. But if you have a Dollar General sells the Sunday paper for $1. You guys, you got to get there when they open though, because people go get those papers. But get there maybe like soon after they open. But Dollar Tree sells that has a Sunday paper for $1. Just so you guys know, if you got a Dollar Tree.
That is true. Now I'm gonna go look on the website here to see if there's any questions.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Oh, we do. We got people in here. Let me see.
Oh
Sorry,
yay!
people.
Hi
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, say hi to everyone.
Hi everybody. I can't see the chat. Y'all know I take long to do my makeup, so I'm trying to focus. But thank you so much for everybody who stopped by and everybody who I don't know. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I appreciate you. Yeah, but
Oh yes, we got people in here. I want to say hello to Lady Nika.
oh hey lady Nika.
Yeah, Queen Nunu.
Yes, hello.
D light bill is paid.
D&D.
All
That's my
right.
boo.
Just giving you a shout out. Go ahead, April.
See? That's my boo.
Yes.
Hey y'all.
Yes, she says self-preservation is important. Oh
Absolutely.
yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Because if
Absolutely.
we don't do it and look young, because when you start look, I look in the mirror sometimes and I go, just one day you wake up and you see the difference. You're
Yes.
aging and stuff like that. And
Yes.
believe me, today people are we are stressed out with so many different things that
Yeah.
wears on us.
Yeah.
We don't attend. We can't only just attend to it on the outward. We got to do it on the inward.
Yep.
Inward too.
Yep.
We got to drink enough water. That's something that I don't do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need to be able to hydrate our skin without, and
Yeah.
the same thing with our hair. If
Yep.
we don't,
Yep.
we're gonna have problems with it.
Yes.
With me, I have no
Yeah.
shame in my game.
Mhm.
I call this a hat. I will put wigs on.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
my hair cut very short, like
Yep.
decop, if you know who decop is.
Yep. I know decop.
My
Yep.
hair is short like that. It's gray just like that. That's why I
Yep.
go with something closer to me.
Yep.
And I'm lazy. And not only that, with me being a breast cancer survivor, my right
Yeah.
arm, I can't always hold it up as long to do my
Okay.
hair.
Yep.
So I'm kind of
Yep.
a little handicapped in that. And when
Mhm.
my arm spasms out, it really hurts. So
Okay.
I was never one to really do my hair. When I had perms in my hair, I went to the beauty parlor every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I went locks, where I had it all the way down to my coccyx bone,
Uh-huh.
I would get my hair twisted once a month.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yep.
even when I wash my hair, I didn't wash my whole head. I would just go in the shower and
Yep.
constantly
Yeah. Yeah.
rinse it
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
shower,
Shampoo
wring
isn't
it
good
out.
on your
Yeah,
hair
and
anyway.
I did wash it. It would be just put the soap on the scalp, rinse it because my hair was so long, which
Mm-hmm.
devastated me when I lost it behind the
Oh,
chemo. Yeah,
yeah.
two rounds of chemo, and it came out from the root.
Oh,
Yeah, and it
oh
was
my God.
painful. It was painful when it came
Was
out.
it? That's what always wonder. Like, do you feel that
Yeah,
really?
it's like it dislodges. Your scalp is so sensitive, and you just
Yeah.
feel weird, and you go like this, and then you
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had I shut down for 3 days when I seen it. My
Yeah.
hair was dropping off
Yeah.
while I was walking. My daughter took me out for lunch and stuff, and it was dropping on the ground, and I had no idea until she
Oh,
says, "Ma, look, you need to go in the bathroom, check." And I had little locks just hanging on a whim.
oh
I
my
went
goodness.
home and I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you wash your hands, you look at yourself in the mirror, and I
Yeah.
saw all these bald spots where it
Oh,
fell out, and I cried.
oh my
I
God.
cried. And when the third day I got up, I told her get the scissors and finish cutting them out. And I was
Yeah.
like this the whole time, scrunching because every time she
Oh.
touched my scalp, just touching
Yep.
it, it hurt.
Oh wow.
But
Oh wow.
today people they're bald because they have alopecia
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
traction alopecia
Yeah.
or from chemo. It's
Yep.
okay, ladies. You're beautiful regardless if
It's
you have your hair or not.
yep.
I know
Yep.
we're told that our hair is our crown of glory, but your spirit is your crown of glory.
Thank you. Oh, amen to that.
Your spirit is your crown of glory because you could be drop dead gorgeous and be nasty
Yep.
and nobody will like you. I
Yep.
think that's why ugly guys get over. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
the pretty girls because of their attitude. They don't mind spending the extra money. And after a while, we don't see that they're homely.
Right.
We don't see that they're homely.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, also, let's see who else we got on here. We got Childa.
Oh, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we
Hey,
go.
that's my boo.
Okay, now
Good people.
the what's OPP stand for? Opposite. My oldest would have been 32 this year. Oh God, he was killed
Oh.
at 18. I'm so sorry, Chill. I
Oh.
would love to be a grandmom right now. I would welcome it. Apparently, he must have been her only child. Gave me
Yeah.
goosebumps. I am so
Yep.
sorry, Chill.
Yeah.
My
It
heart
was
just
good
fell to my
people.
stomach. I am so sorry. But
Yeah.
however, the advantage that you have right now, you can
Mm-hmm.
adopt someone else's child and make it your own.
Mm-hmm. That too. That too.
You could
Chill
do
is
that.
good
And someone
people,
that
like
God
awesome
will
people.
drive you closer to,
Mm-hmm.
and you could be that village that child needs to help, the mother needs to help raise up that child and make that child yours. That's how it was when we were coming up. Our godparents helped raise us, stuff like that. Godparents
Mm-hmm.
were real godparents. They actually played a part in your life. It wasn't like, oh, that's my
Yeah.
friend, she's the godparent. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
godparents were one that was legally,
Yes.
you went through a whole ceremony, with the
Mm-hmm.
baptism and
Yep.
sworn in and stuff like that, where
Yep.
something happens to that parent and you were the next one in line to have that child.
Yep.
You were the one that helped the parents teach that, you were part of the village and helping that child grow.
Yep.
So you could do that, Chill. Okay, I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, literally, my stomach just dropped. Now we
Yeah.
got Crypto.
Hey, Crypto. Yes, she's
Okay,
awesome.
it's giving a shout out to you. Says good morning.
You guys, please like the video. Please subscribe to Miss TR. She is good people, you guys. Good
Yeah.
people, great content.
Okay, and then we have someone else. Let's see. Fran. I don't have my glasses on. Fran.
Oh, Francois.
That's what is Grant. Yes, that
Yep.
person. She says good morning.
Yes.
Okay, and good morning. Thank you, Crypto. Miss O Angel. She says
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, Miss O, that's my boo.
Okay, Crypto says that she says, I am sorry. You are in my, someone was answering someone to being in their prayers.
Yeah.
My sister is suffering as well. My niece was killed at 21. Oh gosh, no children's life was just starting, would be 24 this month. Oh God, I'm so sorry. That just makes my heart. But
See?
it also reminds me how blessed I really am.
Yep.
It's a reminder how blessed I really am.
Yes.
Kimberly Black, thank you for the support.
Hi, Kimberly.
Yeah, they're saying hi. They're
Yes.
watching.
Great,
They said,
great,
yeah,
great
they're going to watch
people.
the replay too. I guess
Yep.
they're going to come in and out.
Yep. Yep. Great group of people. I mean, there's great people, and that's what I mean. Like they, we'll have like great conversations, and everyone will share different things if they're open to sharing different things that they happen to, just to offer that.
You know what I noticed about your channel?
Mm-hmm.
There were others. You don't have trolls like I see other people. At least I
Oh
haven't
yeah, no,
seen it. I'm not saying you
not that
wouldn't
much.
get a troll, but I seen people flooded with trolls. They have to have moderators in there constantly, and
Yeah,
they're taking. I'm
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. We have our moments, but yeah, they pretty much get them out of there. But yeah, not a lot. We don't have a lot at all. Mm-mm.
right now. Crypto is talking about the Asians. She says yes. Basically, she said they pay the Asians, but don't want to pay us. Been there,
Yep,
done that. Facts.
yep.
They don't, and I don't understand the people of color.
And with no question, like they'll go in there, they don't ask them nothing. If you doing their nails, what you doing? What you using? What?
Yeah, yeah. You need this $4, $4. You need this $8. I get yeah,
It's
good,
just
good.
like,
$8. And they just take your money. Oh no, they know how to hustle. They know how to hustle.
yeah,
They know how to hustle.
yep. So yeah, so
You know what? I even like as they call themselves professional braiders. I think they need to go to school for it, even if it's just for 6 weeks. You know why?
yeah, yeah,
Because they need to know what scalp issues look like.
yes, yes,
They need to know the importance of sanitizing their supplies before they stick
yep,
a comb in someone's head.
yep,
They need to
yep,
know what ringworm looks like.
yep.
They need to know stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's like, and they need to know that if they braid a certain way, they can give their client alopecia, traction alopecia,
Yeah.
and that stuff doesn't always grow back. It
No.
eats it right down to it does something to the hair follicles, right down into the core of the scalp, and it never grows back.
Yep. Yep.
So I think that yeah, because someone
Yeah.
said, why would I have to? Well, if you stick your cone, if I've dealt with someone, you don't even know what lice looks like. And I'm
Nope.
gonna tell you a story about lice. With me being a cancer patient, they tell you different things. I
Yeah.
don't go to the movies.
Oh.
I don't go to the movies. I wait for it to, I get it on DVD or it comes on TV because now I got a smart television. Because when you sit in a movie theater, what do? You lean back, right?
Oh.
And you put your head, honey, I don't want to bring home bed bugs. A roach I could deal with because I could get rid of that. But bed
Yeah.
bugs and lice,
You
oh
know
no.
what? You right because we
Oh
had an
no. I
influenza in
have
my
a
city.
phobia about that.
Yep.
And we had a breakout in my town
Yep.
that they had a breakout in bed bugs. And then, well, a lot of black African American, I would say, that are natural or has the kinky hair, we don't get lice because they have a problem with staying on our head because
Right.
we put grease and oil in our hair,
Right.
or
Yep.
we could put a perm in our hair and it'll kill out the bugs. We
Right.
press our hair and we do all this other stuff in the texture of our hair, but that
Right.
doesn't mean that the lice won't come on you.
Yeah.
And oh, just the thought of
Because
it.
they can
Oh,
live so long without feeding. So, if they do jump on you and stay on you long enough, even get in your house or whatever,
right, right, right. And
bed
bed
bugs, they
bugs,
can
we
live a
got
year
rich people
without feeding.
having nervous breakdowns behind bed bugs. They're not an easy thing to get rid of.
No, no.
Okay, who else? Let's see. Crypto says, let's see, Cosmic Charlie school curriculum needs to be changed. I agree. She also says, I reduced my salon to a private shop. I
Yep,
only take clients who don't mind paying for their services. That's
yep,
right. That's right,
yep,
because they want the best service.
yep,
And in order for them to get that, you have to get quality product, and it costs money. So you need
yep,
something not only to pay for your labor, but to cover the overhead of the cost of the product. And they don't get it.
yep. And Crypto has her own line of hair and hair products and skin and stuff like that. She makes her
Oh
own
wow. I'm gonna have to
product.
yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
check
check
you
her.
out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
check her out. She says in South Carolina, you have to be licensed to shampoo hair.
Oh,
And yeah, because you know what? Shampoo is a chemical that you're putting on people. And if you don't do
I
the right
mean,
thing, they could
yeah,
break out. It could cause a
yeah,
lot of problems.
yeah. And when there's human to human contact like that
You're right.
anyway, you should have some type of certification.
Right, right,
Just
right.
anyway, yeah, yep,
And she also says she don't use acrylic anymore. She uses chemical-free polish and seal it with a clear gel on top coat of longevity. I hear you, girl.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they have so many. They got so many different types of nail products now where yeah, you can definitely do your own nails. You don't have to go and get some type of fungus or get something that you don't know. When I was managing that nail salon, we had a woman. She was a dancer, and we had an issue. She has AIDS, and I didn't know until after she left. She had been a client there before, at that time before I knew, and she cut her. She got cut while she was doing her nails, and yeah, so the girl cut her, but the nail tech that was working on her didn't know. And what did she do? She just went ahead and worked it. And then afterwards, she was saying something about her cutting her and everything. And the owner is like, she told her like she got AIDS, go do this, this and that, and go do
But
this to
see, she didn't
yourself.
even have to say that she had AIDS. It should be a normal practice regardless of who it is.
Thank you.
And
Thank
this is a line of practice on who, it doesn't matter who it is.
Thank
Person
you.
could have
It
had
don't matter.
hepatitis. The person could have been a hemophiliac. Could have been a person like me going through chemo, and the slightest little thing would have, something like that could have killed me.
Thank
Gave
you.
me that because I ended
Yeah.
up in the hospital behind a um a rose thorn prick that put me in the hospital. Can you believe
Yeah.
that when I was going through chemo, because your immune system is so low that I
Yep.
couldn't even fight off a rose prick.
Oh my goodness.
It put me in the hospital for a couple
See?
of days with
Yeah.
antibiotics. See,
Yeah.
so if you practice the sanitation, it doesn't matter who it is.
Supposed to be
She didn't have
anyway.
to have AIDS.
And that's
She could have transferred it a nail fungus or whatever. It
thank
doesn't
you.
matter. It's so stupid.
It was so yeah. I mean, and that's why she couldn't keep any employees. She couldn't keep any clients. It was bad. It was bad. I just couldn't. After almost a year, I had to go. I was like, oh no, I gotta go
Oh wow,
because
crypto. Crypto says that Brady's have to get licensed in South Carolina. 6 weeks course. That's right. She says, but it's different from state to state. Yeah, they
yeah,
need to know what to do. Because
yeah,
I mean, especially and no pun intended, the African shops.
yeah,
They're giving women anytime where you get your hair braided and you got to take Motrin and all the Advil and all this after, the braids are too tight. It's not supposed to be like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, they don't play. Your whole scalp will be gone. Off, your scalp will come off with the braids. How they braid.
Okay, girl. So what did you do to your face? I noticed what color of your your shadow.
So I did like a little orangey look. So I started
Mm-hmm.
out with a peach, like a lighter peach shadow. You
Mm-hmm.
always start out with a lighter shadow,
Yes, it's look wow, it looks pretty
and
too.
and then I did like a darker, kind of like a rust color orange in the crease, and that's pretty
Is that
much it. Those are
foundation on your face right now?
yep. So I'm using my Milani. I'm gonna use my
Mm-hmm.
Milani conceal and perfect, and it's a 2-in-1. Okay, so you can use it as a concealer, your foundation. It's full coverage. Okay, full coverage. And then I did add in a little bit of my It Cosmetics CC cream. I love this stuff.
What's CC
Okay,
cream?
CC cream is color. It stands for color correct cream.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you talk about your freckles, this would be it right here. This product is so awesome. It's full coverage. It covers everything. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a link in the chat so you can go back to it later and you can check it out. But what it does, what this is it's like a foundation. It's a color corrector, so it has all products already mixed in. So you don't have to go in and conceal or color correct.
Oh, okay.
Like
That
if
makes it easier and
yeah, it's just
less.
one step.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yep.
Now,
So I'm
Kimberly
gonna
Black said, unfortunately, there are no African American nail salons in her area. The
oh wow.
agents have had, well, I guess, isolated the supply and nail industry. That is so true
Yep.
because it's been known that a lot of people in the African American sector
Mm-hmm.
try to get a store and they dominate. The Asians dominated, and they said it's hard to get a supplier that they will
Mm-hmm.
only sell to their own. So they discriminate. That goes to show you they shouldn't be in our community.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna tell you something, people, and I guess it's dating myself, April. When
Mm-hmm.
I was coming up, there was nothing but black owned businesses in the 60s. And we
Mm.
dealt with segregation, and it was nothing but black owned cleaners, taxis, bodega, the little candy store. We
Yep.
had all that. The only reason why we don't have that now is because their kids didn't want to take up the family business and bring it
Yes.
on.
Yep.
They'd rather have the money
Yep.
instead of
Yep.
keeping the family business
Yep.
going.
Yep.
We
That
had the
is so
beauty
right.
parlors,
Yep.
we had
Yep.
the barber shops,
Yep.
we had the bodega stores.
Yep.
All right. We
Yep.
even had the gas stations. We were prospering as a people and we were segregated. And it was like that because the whites, the Caucasian, wouldn't allow us to have stuff like that. So we had to get it to be able to give to our community.
Yep. Yep.
So now it's all gone. And then we get mad when the Asians do it. The all the 7-Elevens are owned by who? without saying it. Just think about it.
Mhm. Yep.
There's
And
a Chinese store on every restaurant store on every corner, and they feed us crap, and we
mm-hmm.
support them. And the drug dealers definitely support the Chinese food place because
Oh
they hang
yeah.
out there. At least where I'm at, they're open almost 24 hours. If they close down, it might be for 3 hours, and then they open back up. And the
Yep.
drug dealers are out there because it's fast food that they can run across the street get, and you could tell that it's drug because they're, how they have that bulletproof windows that go in, and they handle the food. Ugh,
Yeah.
it just pisses me off. But yeah, let's
But
see.
they yeah.
Rita Baby says,
But
"Hey,
hey, Rita, baby. But
yeah,
yeah, that's true because even here, like in my town, like our cleaners, like they just recently started closing down. Like we had our one cleaners downtown, like so both of those are closed now. It's just yeah, black owned businesses everywhere. Like even like the corner stores closed down
yeah,"
or
and we had
somebody
liquor
bought them out.
stores. We didn't,
Or
and you might have had one pharmacy, black-owned pharmacy, that took care of everybody in the black community.
yep,
But they call them mom pop, mortar stores, brick and mortar stores. Now you have the big box, which is CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens and Walmart
yep,
for pharmacy now.
yep.
Rita Baby, I guess she didn't catch it. She says she wants to know how to cover freckles. I
Oh,
guess
Rita,
she.
baby. With
Mm-hmm.
the CC cream, hun, I can't get to the thing or whatever. I got the link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat when we come off. I'm gonna put it in the comment section. Um, so that way Miss TR can get it, and then anybody who comes back to the video can get it. But CC cream has, when you think of color correcting, when you see someone has dark circles, or they may have acne scars, or maybe a wound or something like that, just any type of markings on your skin that you want to cover up. A lot of times people will use concealer, and then, like I said, Miss TR earlier, I said you can just conceal first before you put on your foundation. Well,
Mm-hmm.
CC cream is something like I have, like, my skin isn't even. Like, I tried some self tanning stuff, and I still
Mm-hmm.
have a couple marks on my face now. But CC cream has the color corrector in there already. So, you'll see,
Now, is
for
there
regular.
different shades in the CC cream?
Yes, different shades. So it comes just like a foundation. It comes in different shades. It's also not as heavy as a foundation. So it gives you the full coverage, and it covers just like a foundation, but it's a little bit lighter. But it has like the primer is already in there, the color corrector is already in there, and your foundation. So you have your coverage and everything. And once you put it on, it's like boom, like it's just a even canvas.
Now, what do
So
you suggest to use to put on your foundation? A kabuki brush or a sponge?
I like to use a brush. I use both. So I'll use my brush. As you see, it's faster. So it's faster, and you're not going to lose your product. So I use a brush, and then I go over it with a sponge.
Now, when you go over it with a sponge, what is it? You dab it to give it so.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I just dab over it, and it kind of like seals everything in, and it gives you that finish that you want. But the brush, it helps you to spread the product around faster. And then also, like, depending on what sponge you use, you can lose your product in the sponge.
You'll be
So with the
wasting a lot of product. You're saying you
right,
can.
right, yeah. So you want to just um and also, I don't put a whole lot of product on my forehead. So the forehead is a very small area. You only need like a little light dab of product. You don't because it'll like cake up. It'll be like too much. So I don't put a lot on my forehead. So it's like little to no product, or you can just use whatever's left on your brush and go over your forehead.
Now, do you just do your face? Do you do your neck and your décolleté too?
I do my neck. Uh-huh. I just go down, just I don't go all, like, I go
You
like
don't go
under
all the
my
way
chin.
down to your décolleté. You just go
No.
basically over here and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
blend it out. Okay.
Yeah, behind my ear,
But
a
does
little
that get
bit
on?
over my.
Does that kind of make it? Because I don't always use foundation. Does that get on
Okay.
your clothes?
It that's why I don't go all the way down here like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to make sure that I match it so that you don't really see like a demarcation. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, it does transfer. So I haven't found a foundation that doesn't transfer now. Somebody I do have a foundation that I just saw a commercial for and it says it doesn't transfer. I'm gonna see because I think all foundation transfers at some point.
I think it's not. Just my personal opinion. If it doesn't transfer, that means you have to really rough your face up to get it off.
Well, right. But and then even if the foundation doesn't transfer, you put all that stuff on top of it. So you have powders, so something is gonna get on something. So um yeah, but so I don't get anything like on my clothes, like as far as makeup, unless I'm like rubbing my face up against something. So of course I'm not just rubbing my face up against anything. But with me being new to makeup, I do forget I have it on sometimes. I'll be messing with my face or rubbing my eye.
Yeah, I like now I have on the eye pencil.
Uh-huh.
And then I sometimes I'm just messing with my face and not even
Yeah.
realize it. Or I start to sweat
You're
because of
like,
my
oh
age.
right,
I
yep,
start
yep.
to sweat,
You know
and then
what? Something like
or
that
I'm
can keep
going
us.
like this, and next thing I know, I see the mascara all over. But when you have extensions on, you kind of like it's a reminder not
Yeah.
to
Yep.
touch
You're
your
like,
eye. You almost
uh-huh.
sleep like this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
people don't
you don't
realize
want to
that
mess
when
up
you
those
have
extensions.
extensions on your eyes, you shouldn't put on mascara. You should
No.
just but people put on mascara on top of that. You should only put mascara on, well, you can put mascara on the strips, but
Yeah.
not if you have extensions or the clusters. It's not
No.
good to do that because you
No.
can't wash your eye. And if you
No.
can't wash your eye, then that means you can end up with pink eye and stuff like that. You really shouldn't
Yeah.
use that. And when you wash your
No.
eye, at least I do. When I have the extensions on and I have to wash my eye, I use a baby
Uh-huh.
shampoo. Baby shampoo is very mild. You don't tear
Yeah.
from it and you just do it real softly and then flush it and rinse it. And don't
Yeah.
use like a cool water because if you use hot water, it'll loosen the glue and then you start
Yeah.
losing it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can use a Q-tip too, like put a little bit of baby oil, tiny bit of baby oil on the tip of a Q-tip, and
And
you
it
can
won't
just
take
rub
your
it on the
eyelashes
lashes.
out. It won't have them
Uh-huh.
slide out. No.
No, just do it like don't go to the root. Like even if you put mascara on your lashes, don't go to the root. Just, because that'll be too much anyway. If you want to like say if you're going out, like you have your extensions for your daily, but then say, you just want some extra, or whatever, put on a strip lash. Just double them up. Just put on a strip lash on top instead of putting mascara on your extensions. And that way you can double them up. You have your look, and then you can just, pull those right off and do it that way. Because
Okay.
you just set the strip lash, like right there on top,
Hmm.
so it's not gonna mess up anything. Yeah, do it that way instead of putting mascara on. But if you do put mascara on them, use a little Q-tip, or you can use like your eyebrow spoolie. Where's it at? Oh, here. Okay, so like you can use your little spoolie or whatever. You can put some little bit of oil on there, and you just brush it through. Don't go to the root where the glue is at. Just kind of go like and lightly touch it, so that you're not pulling them out. And that'll just get the mascara off of there.
Okay, Rita says that she wanted to know the information, not to cover up her freckles, I guess to basically to blend everything in and to enhance her freckles.
Oh, to enhance the
Yeah, I
freckles
would
and
say
blend
because
everything
she
in.
says no, I don't want to cover my freckles. So I guess you got to use stuff that will not cover it but
Yeah.
enhance it. I'm sorry, guys. I have fruit flies. I am so sorry. I had
No,
some
you're
fresh
fine.
fruit
Yeah.
and the bananas, and I ended up
Uh-huh.
throwing them away. And I was like, dang, that doggone fly keeps coming over here. So
They
excuse
didn't
me.
come out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Story time with Shay Johns. She says she lives in Arizona and they don't need a license to braid hair or do weaves. Where I'm
Yeah,
at in
not
New
here
Jersey,
either.
they don't either. But
Not
they
here either.
should.
Yeah, they should. They
They
should.
should
Not to do
because,
weave. No weave? Really?
yeah, they don't need a license. You're still sewing it in. You're still touching people's hair. If you need a
Yeah.
license to shampoo, why wouldn't you need license to do put a a braid in,
Yeah.
because you should want to know the disorders and the funguses and stuff like that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Someone drops a comb on the floor. They don't pick it off and wipe it off on their apron and then start doing your hair. They need to
No.
have a special barbicide, or now they have like a spray,
Yeah. Yeah,
because
they do.
barbershops use a spray.
Yep.
They use a
Mm-hmm.
spray and they spray and they go to do it,
Yeah.
because barbershops are good for transferring ringworm. They're good
Oh
for
yeah.
doing that. They're good
Yep.
for doing that. My
Mm-hmm.
great grandson's hair comes to almost to his, oh my goodness, he has a ponytail. It's
Oh.
like almost to his shoulder blade back, that
Mhm.
little bone that sticks out. His hair is so long, and
Uh-huh.
his hair is like a dirty blonde with not even red, like orange highlights in his hair. Is
Oh,
beautiful,
yes.
and he we're not cutting his hair. Not only that, he has autism, so we just
Oh,
don't expose him to that. And for him to freak out, he wouldn't sit in the chair anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, he's such a handsome little boy too. He is
Wow.
such
That.
a handsome little boy and smart as
Aw.
a whip. Sometimes I question the autism. I
You
be
know
like,
what? I'm telling you, I feel like autism is
they
like
just
a
got to learn differently, right?
yes, that's it. That's it. But I almost feel like it's a form of genius because they are it's just the way that they learn is different. And it's just kind of like they have kind of like an anxiety or like a sensitivity to people and certain things
I
and
think
stuff
they
like
pick up on
that.
their spirits. They're very
Yeah.
sensitive. That's why their social skills are very.
Yep.
But he
Yep.
is as smart as a whip,
Yes.
boy.
But
And the
I
things
think
he
they're
does, and
genius.
even some of the things that come out of his mouth, his vocabulary, I'm like, where do
Yep.
you get that from?
I'm telling you, mathematicians, like
Hmm.
those right there, like I bet he's just gonna be like just smart as heck and already is, and it's just gonna like even grow more, just
Well, they
having
said
that.
Einstein failed every class that he had, and he was known for a genius later on.
Yep, see, there you go.
Say, and they said
And
what
he
Michael?
probably
They said
failed
Michael
because he
Jackson
had
had
that.
a form of Asperger's or autism. That's why he was the way he was.
Mm.
And he
Yep.
was a genius too. Geniuses are
Yep.
always a little kooky because
Yes.
their scales are such at a height that
Yep.
they're not able to connect.
Yep. That's what I feel. I think that they are geniuses. I think autism is a form of genius because yeah, they just yeah, they pick up on those vibes like
Yeah, boy, he is something else. I'm telling you. And he
mm-hmm.
knows how to manipulate too. And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, he can
Mm.
really get a spank. And he goes, no, 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 wait a minute, wait a minute. This is not good. This is not good. Just wait a second. Can I apologize?
Aw, see,
And I'm like,
see.
no, no, I'm popping your butt. No. Mhm.
hmm
Let me
Oh,
ask you this: what are your final thoughts that maybe we might have missed that you would like to tell the people?
um, final thoughts. Uh, 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 uh.
I know your face
Um,
is getting beat. I could tell you that. Look, as I
I
think that's the word that they use now, right?
that is the word they use. I went crazy on the blush though.
But that's all right. You're in tech. You're more than tech. We're coming into you in color. So that's what it is. It's in color.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking
Um.
at you on the phone close up, and you're looking pretty, girl.
Oh, thank you, babe.
Now the
I.
lips. Let me ask you about the lips. Do
Uh
you
huh.
always use a lip liner?
I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, most of the time I don't.
I do, because for some reason when I get the lipstick, it seems like it bleeds. And one thing
Yeah.
I don't like is like for me to get it all the way in, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't see the pinkness in my mouth. And when I do
Yes.
that, it ends up on my teeth, and then it takes
Yeah.
forever to get it off my teeth. Now, what can you
Yeah.
do to prevent that? Is there a certain way you put it on?
Well, it would be the type that you would use. So, like a liquid lipstick.
Okay.
So, like if you use the liquid lip instead of, yeah, if you use the liquid lip instead, then that like dries down to your
It
it,
makes
you
it a
know, it doesn't
matte too
transfer. Yeah,
until it
until
completely dries. Yeah,
yeah.
and I know I have
But
like
what
a
if you don't?
stain, the one that stains. I put it
Uh-huh.
on, and it's a pretty color. It's red, and I
Yes.
love it. And red is my color.
Yes.
And but by the time I get off, I'm go out, and then I got people doing this to me. I'll be
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. I'm like, I always end up with lipstick on my teeth.
Or just yeah, so it would so it would dry all the way down. If a matte lip is too uncomfortable, you know, because it'll dry down, sometimes your lips will feel, you know,
Mm-hmm,
kind of
mm-hmm.
scrunched up or whatever. Put on a lip balm, just like a regular chapstick or something,
Before
just
you
to
put on the
pepper.
lipstick or after?
Yeah, before.
Okay.
Before, if you want the matte look. If you don't mind a glossy, if you don't really want the matte look and you don't care but you like that color, then yeah, put a gloss on over the top, or you know, or a shiny balm or something, and that'll make it more comfortable. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
Now, our listening audience, because this is also going to go on my public access television,
Yes.
and when they watch this, how can people get a hold of you? Because it's not going to be just YouTube that's going to be watching it. It's going to be watched other places too, because it's going to be on Facebook and it's going to be on Access TV. So, could you tell
Okay.
people where they can find you?
Yeah, my Facebook is Ask April. It's just Ask April, and my Instagram is Ask April dot bail bonds, and my email. I mean, if anyone wants to email me, is askapril03 at gmail.com.
Oh, okay. So, what's
Yeah.
going on next? A lippy?
Yep, a lippy next, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna spray, and I do need some eyeliner. So eyeliner. Well, I think I'm just gonna put on the lashes so that if anyone wants to see how to
Okay,
put on
yeah, we're
certain
gonna
lashes.
watch you do that.
Okay. So let me spray real quick, and then I'll put on a
And
lippy.
what's the purpose of the spray? That's setting spray?
It is setting spray. And what
Mm-hmm.
this is going to do is all that product that I put on my face is kind of just
Mm-hmm.
going to set it in there. It's going to melt it together so it doesn't have that, so it doesn't look like it's just sitting on top of your face.
And where do you get the setting spray from?
The setting spray I get from Ulta Beauty. This one, this is my favorite. This is the Morphe times Jeffree Star, but I would
Yeah,
just
that's
go with the,
expensive. I've seen it
well,
on their website. That's
yeah,
like a
this one is
penny.
$18. Yeah. The regular one is 16, but you can use Ulta always has a $3.50 coupon. Always.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. And
$3 and
do you
50
use
cents
a lot?
off.
Do you have how long does a can last? A month?
Yeah, it lasts probably about a month. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
And
Because you
this
figured
is
that
actually,
some people say, well, $18 is not a lot of money. Well, if you got that and this and your
yeah.
foundation, by the time you
Yeah.
add it all up, it's $100.
You know what though? As far as setting spray goes, dang it, it's upstairs.
Just give the brand name.
Okay, so Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild, I promise you, Wet and Wild's products, they have upped their game. Their eyeshadows, their setting sprays, $5. So $5. It's a bottle about like that. Well, yeah, about like that. Okay, but it works well. You can use it as your primer, so you put it
Now,
on before your makeup.
not everybody like Walgreens. I went in there, and not every place has a large line of Wet and Wild.
Yeah, a lot of places. Walmart has a pretty good selection. Wet n Wild does have a website though, so if you go on Wet n Wild's website, a lot of times they have free shipping. I think you only spend like maybe like $25. So that's not bad.
Mm-mm.
And they always have good deals on stuff. Like they're, like a discount code or something like that. That's why I always say like check the websites directly because they'll have a lot of products. But if you go on Walmart's website right now, Walmart has a lot of Wet and Wild for on clearance right now. This highlighter that I'm using from them is only
Mm-hmm.
$1.14 right now on Walmart's website, and it's
Wow.
usually I think $5 or $6.
Mm-hmm.
Eyeshadow palettes $2.50. Um, So definitely their blushes, they have good blushes, they have good bronzers. So I would definitely
Now, do you use Next? I would say NYX Next.
uh-huh. Yeah, I do like NYX. I'm not too fond of their eyeshadows, but
Okay.
like they have good liners, they have good lipsticks and glosses. Um, Great settings. They have a good setting spray.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, NYX is liners and and lippies are awesome. And their
Oh, okay.
primers too. Their primers are good.
Now, do you use a what they call it? A bronzer?
Yep, I put that on. So this is by Physicians Formula.
Uh-huh.
And you see I'm almost out because I love it. This is my second one I've been through. But I'm almost done with it.
Mm.
But this is by Physicians Formula and it's their butter bronzer, which I love.
And where you get that from?
You can get this from Walmart, Walgreens,
Okay,
CVS.
so you can get it from the yeah,
Yes.
the
Yep.
drugstores. Okay.
Yeah. It's about $8 to $10, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. They also have good things on their website. So that, Ulta Beauty has it. So you can use they're usually buy one get one half off at Ulta Beauty. When you go look on Ulta Beauty's website for their sales, they usually their drugstore brands are always buy one get one half off. They're
Mm-hmm.
Maybelline, L'Oreal, Physicians Formula, Milani. You usually go on there and they'll be buy one get one half.
Mm-hmm.
And if you spend $15, you can use their $3.50 coupon off too. So and then there's usually a free gift too. So yeah, check out like different sales and stuff like that before you go out spending your money. Walgreens is pretty good with collecting points on their beauty stuff. They usually have a good point system. CVS, usually their points turn into money off of future purchases. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, buy your makeup and stuff places where you're going to get a reward back from it.
Oh yeah. Because you got to feel like you're getting something back because it makes it exciting. Everybody
Yes.
likes a deal. It makes them feel good.
Yes.
Even if it's just like $2, it's the fact that, okay, I'm getting something back. And not
Yep.
only that, people, if you go, I have, let me check it out. Let me tell you what it is. That when you, especially when you spend money on stuff such as makeup. If you do your receipts, it's called Receipt Hog and Fetch Rewards.
Oh yeah.
And you do that
Mhm.
and you start getting big reward points and money points and certain
Mhm.
things you can get. And it has the makeup, especially in the big box stores. And you get big deals with that too.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
so that is it right there. So what are you doing now? Oh, you're doing the underline.
So I'm just kind of like finishing my eyeshadow off. This is my Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette.
Uh-huh.
You can get this at Ulta Beauty. You can also get it at Sephora, or you can go to Anastasia's website.
Yes.
Beautiful colors, great quality. All of Anastasia's palettes are amazing.
So their
Uh,
pigments are pretty good.
Very, very good. You dab into the pan. You don't need to do much. Like this is like one dot. I just dabbed in just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going under the lash line just a little bit, and just smoke it out a little bit. And the other color that I used came out of another Anastasia palette, and that's the Riviera, which this is at TJ Maxx right now, you guys. So this is the Riviera palette by
And that
Anastasia,
went with for what? About $20?
about $20.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it's usually 45. So yeah,
Wow.
45. Their palettes go from
That's like a 40 to 50% off. That's
yes,
cool. Yes.
yeah. And so I went in with this peach shade right here. That was the first shade
Mm-hmm.
that I used. So you just pretty much whatever color you used at the top, you just drag it across the bottom.
Now,
And
do you usually match your lippy with your eye color? Eyeshadow
um
color?
I'm usually pretty a nude lip. Like I usually do nude lips. I like red. Um
You have very full lips and you have a nice bow. So with it being a nude, it makes
mhm.
it plumper and it just makes it look to me
Mm-hmm.
sexier, the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
sexy look. Like
Mm-hmm.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I just did like an orangey lip this time. And I used
Mm-hmm.
my Dose of Colors. Dose of Colors has great when we were talking about matte liquid lipsticks.
Mm-hmm.
This brand is really good. Like it does, like I can't even tell this is on my mouth right now. It's already
Mm-hmm.
dried down. I can't feel it. It's not gonna go anywhere. It'll
Mm-hmm.
just be on here all day until I take it off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is Old Flame and it's just an orange lip. I love their lipsticks. You know what I do? Subscription boxes are awesome. Like if you subscribe to subscription boxes, you will save a lot of money on beauty
Well, you
products.
know what? I used to, for like about 4 years, I had Ipsy. And then to
Okay.
me, they started like
Yeah.
not doing too
Yeah.
well. So I stopped it.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, I get the Walmart box.
You like
And it's
that?
only
That
$5.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every different season. So there's four
Yep.
seasons.
Yep.
So every time I just see, I get that. And those are nice to have in your pocketbook.
Yep. Yep.
I do
I
like
like that
that. And it's
Walmart box.
$5. It's not $5 plus tax or shipping. It's just $5. And some of the
Yep.
sizes that you get in there are regular size. They're not all samples. And
Right.
their samples aren't little tiny things either.
Nope. 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 Yeah, I like that Walmart box. So yeah, so a lot of stuff I get from a subscription box. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I like it because it's brands that are costly, especially for skincare. That's where I get a lot of my skincare is subscription boxes because it'll be like a 50, $60. They've been putting 100
Mm-hmm.
and something dollar products and I would never go and buy that product, separately, but if I can spend $25 or whatever and get it in a box, it's worth a try, Um, some people don't like it because, they would just rather go in the store and buy things that they want instead of trying something out of a subscription box. So I get
Mm-hmm.
that. But I like to try new products and it's good for my channel and stuff. This is the CoverGirl liquid lip or liquid liner.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a brown, right? I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's just what does it say? Oh, it's just the number 335, but all it is just a regular dark brown. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 335. CoverGirl has awesome liquid liner. So does Maybelline. If you lip liners and liquid eyeliners are awesome by Maybelline and CoverGirl.
Rita said thank you and have a great day.
You too, babe.
All right, now we got Ms. B Town who came up. Hey,
Hey,
sweetheart, how are you?
Miss B Town. Hey, babe.
And we also have Lockhead Boss Lady. Thank
Oh,
you
hey,
for tuning
Lockhead.
in.
Hey,
Oh,
Lockhead.
wow. She was sent by Nika, Lady Nika.
Oh,
So,
yay.
yeah, so that's great. That's great. I would love to have you come back and do a skincare routine.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that. I will definitely do that.
Even if it's
Um,
just the nighttime. Because, with the wintertime, our skin
yep,
gets so yuck, yuck.
yes,
So if we don't do, most of the time people don't have time to do a morning skincare. But if
yep,
they take out the time to do a nighttime
yes,
skincare, will really help out, and they probably will sleep better at night too.
yeah. Nighttime skincare is way more important. Okay, so if you're gonna pick one of the two, then definitely do nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using this liner by Maybelline. Like I just said, they have beautiful liners, all different colors. This is a gel pencil.
Mm-hmm.
This is their tattoo studio line. Um, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry because of these lights, but there we go.
Okay. Don't forget, we want to see you put your lashes on too now.
Oh yeah, here. Let me put.
All right. Before we close out, we got to see the whole thing. Just what, because although your people are used to seeing you, but there's a whole
Yeah.
lot of people that are going to see this and who's never seen you before.
Yes, and I appreciate it so much. This is so awesome. And you
It's
know
all in
what?
fun. It's all in helping. It's all in sharing. Like I
Yes,
tell my little great grandson, sharing is caring. Although he
absolutely,
don't get it, He don't
absolutely.
get
No,
it.
not yet. He will. He will.
Ah, only sometimes. He'll say sharing experience to you when he wants something of yours, but
Right.
he won't say sharing care. I go, can I have some Nehemiah? No.
Right.
And I just be messing with him to see if he'd do it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, if I would love to have you maybe come on next month, close to Valentine's Day. Maybe
Yeah,
we could
that would be
talk about
great.
that and
Hmm.
do a skincare.
Yeah, that'll
Do
be
a
awesome.
skincare, and if you have a certain sonic machine or whatever that you use to
Yep.
scrub your
Hmm.
face, and
Yep.
we sit down and do it. I don't know. Maybe I might even do it with you. We both do it, and I just
Yeah,
follow you, and
I
we
would.
and we do it. I would love to do that. I would love if you
Yeah,
would come back. If not, if
that would be
you're willing
awesome.
to,
Let me
if
know.
you have
I'm
time,
open
because
to it.
I'm sure you're gonna blow up. And you're gonna
I
say,
would.
"Oh, Miss Tiara, I gotta check my schedule."
No. No.
Hey, look, that's all in good. Hey,
You know what? I. You know what? I have
I
this
want you
thing.
to blow up. I want you to blow up where you could say, I have to check my schedule.
That would be so
That's going to
awesome.
let you
But
know that you're prospering. I want my sister to prosper. You
I
know,
would dang
we're
sure.
supposed to want that for all your sisters,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And I do. I do. I think that there's room for everybody to do what they love, do it, and to win out
Hmm.
here and get the results they want. And I wish that for everyone. I absolutely do. I just want everybody to, have what their heart desires, and
Yeah,
to live.
yeah, yeah. Man, you will be helping so many people with this. Just listening to you and watching you, do this and break it down. It gave me a better understanding for what when I do it, or when I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a store, I'm not, sitting there like with
Yes.
my finger up my nose trying to figure out, oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I have a general
Well,
idea.
and the first thing is just knowing number one, when you're looking for products, you want to know what results you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to know what your skin type is. And then
Mm-hmm.
from there, you just go and you find the products that will work best for what you're looking for. So
Mm-hmm.
I think lashes are so important, especially for someone who has anything going on where they're losing their hair or whatever. I love
Yes.
lashes. If I just have my lashes done and my brows are shaped right, I'll be good, honestly. Like I love makeup, but I will be good. So what you do with your lash is how number one, how you know that your lashes are not backwards is because of the way that they're shaped.
And you
And
know
so if
something
you
before
see,
you go any further? People
uh-huh,
they don't know that you should really fan it and not blow it, because
right.
bacteria gets on it and you can end up with pink eye. They don't
Yes.
realize that. You fan
Yes.
it, you don't blow it,
Yes.
because the germs from your mouth go on there, then it goes on the eye, and then you can end up with serious eyes
Exactly.
issues.
So yeah, so you just know you see how they're shorter on this end. So the
Mm-hmm.
lashes are going to be shorter. Wait a minute, where we at? Okay, there we go. So they're shorter right there, and then
Mm-hmm.
they get longer because you can't have that long lash hitting you up against your nose on the inner corner of your eye. So that's how you know if your lashes are on the right way or you're putting it on the right way in the first place. So you want to make sure that your lash is not backwards. And then you want to put it on your eye and you want to make sure that it fits, okay? Because sometimes lashes are made
And they're
longer.
too long. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and if you do ever have to cut your lash, cut it from the inner corner. Don't cut it from the end. Okay.
What's this, the inner corner? Like
The
in
inner
here?
corner is this side. Yeah, right here from your
Okay.
nose. So always cut it. If you do have to cut it from here, not out here.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so they fit perfect. So so you just want to make sure that you don't have to cut it.
So let me see the
Usually,
style again.
oh, the style, this
Hmm.
is, and these I got these in my boxy charm,
Oh,
and they
those
kind of
are
got a look
nice.
here.
They're
Ain't
not
they pretty?
they're upscale from just a basic, but they're
Yeah,
not overboard where you look like you're
right.
a owl or something. What have you?
Yes, right. Yeah, I got these out of my boxy charm. They're by Lily Lash. and they were made specifically for BoxyCharm.
And they
And
run what, about $5?
no, these are Lily lashes. They are about $25,
Oh, shoot. Yeah,
but
but they last though, right?
yeah, you can wear them like 30, 40 times, like real, like you can wear them, or I
You have
say
to
every
take
day of
care
the
of
month.
them.
Like you have to take care of them. You
And how
got
do
to,
you take
don't,
care of your lashes? How do you clean them?
you clean them by you just take like some little baby oil or a makeup eye cleaner, and you take a Q-tip or like your little spoolie, like I said, with your lashes, and you
Mm-hmm.
just rub that glue off. You just hold it. You can just hold it like that, and you just rub the glue off of there. If you have any makeup or eyeshadow or
Mm-hmm.
anything, you just make sure you get all of that stuff off there, and then you just let them air dry. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to make sure you do is not mess with the lash itself. Only direct the stuff on the
Only the
band.
strip, only the
Yeah,
band. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you, yeah,
And you don't use mascara on that, right?
no,
You could put
mm-mm.
it on your personal eye, but not on the eyelash, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So if you're gonna like put mascara on, put it on before you apply your lash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put any on because I got these singles on my eye,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And as far as blending them in with your lashes, just use a dry spoolie and just
Mm-hmm.
comb your normal lashes into it. You don't have to put mascara on. Um, so what I'm doing is I'm just dragging the band through the glue,
Mm-hmm.
just like that, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you want to make sure that you got enough glue, especially on the ends where they would lift up at.
And you wait for it to get tacky, right?
Hmm.
Do you
I
wait?
usually don't. I don't. I just put it on, and what I do is I'll go to the next one, and then I'll come back, and then I
And I
like
make
kind of
the
squeeze them
adjustments.
together.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So you just set it on there, and then you just, you know, bring it down here to the end,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. You set it on there, you let it sit, and then you go to your next one. And I got a little glue right there, so I'm gonna just let it dry so I can just peel it off. If it's wet, don't mess with it. Just like mascara. If you get mascara, hit your nose or something, or your eye or something, just
That's
let it dry.
and then you can wipe it off.
Yep, and then just like pick it off instead of smearing it everywhere.
Now I have some shout outs here. Now I don't have my glasses on. I think it says Faye Babe, Febae Stevenson. Am I
Okay.
saying it right? Feb as in boy Ae.
Yay. Hello.
All right. And we also have Priscilla Brooks. She said,
Hey,
"Hey,
Priscilla.
April."
Hey, boo. How you doing?
Yes. And V or V Babe or someone. She was sent over by Lady Nika. And if I messed
Okay.
up your name, I am so sorry. I can't see very well without my glasses. I couldn't find them. I think we have a heaven sent here. She said,
Oh, hey.
"Hey."
Hey, boo.
Yeah. And Priscilla Brooks says, "Hey" again. So, wow, ladies, I thank you so much for the support. I also thank uh, Ask April, the big support that she has here. And I can't wait for her to come back again and do a skincare nighttime routine so we learn how to clean our face properly.
Yes. And I would love to do that. Crypto, who was in the chat earlier,
Yes, yes.
she made a makeup remover kit. She said inspired by me. So she actually created a makeup remover kit. So I would love to come on and use that kit. That is my nighttime routine. I'm
Okay,
using that.
yes, 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 yes.
So,
By all
and then the
means,
other things that I use
yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah. So, yep.
Yes, that'll be great. That'll be great. And yeah, that will be so exciting.
Yes.
So exciting.
So
Yes,
that's
there
it.
we go. There we go, people. There's the princess.
These are bow, like these are going out. You better have on some thigh high boots
Oh,
and
girl. Well, that's you.
but
My
this is
thighs are too big for some thighs. And I can't even walk in heels anymore, girl. Please. I used to walk in them heels when, yeah, my day and be able to dance in them. Now it's like, are you kidding me? I guess when we get older, we go for more comfort. I guess you will realize that with your
At
mom. The
first,
older she gets, she's like, my feet ain't hurting. And not only that, when your feet hurt, everything
you
hurts
know
on you.
what?
It messes with your
Be
brain. It just,
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Be comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, then you're pretty much gonna be miserable. So be comfortable and have a good time.
yeah, have
Just
a
like
good
your
time.
granddaughter, she said, I'm trying to be comfortable.
Yeah,
She did
she's
that
like
being cute.
that. She's like that. She's 20 years old and she still dresses like a tomboy. She
Oh,
could care
yay.
less. She
My
could care
daughter just turned
less.
20. Sunday was her
I
birthday. So yeah.
know, I know, I
Yep.
know. I seen her
Yep.
taking her
Yep.
selfies with her
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah, she's a
Yep.
mini you. She's a mini
Yeah.
you.
She
Yup.
is.
And
She
she
is.
looked like she was having a great time. I
Yeah.
love seeing family and friends like that together.
Yes.
That's stuff to cherish.
Yeah.
Making memories because
Yep.
you're not going to be able to get that again.
No, no,
It's
no.
gone,
No, that's it.
So
That's
you
it.
take those pictures. And one
Yep.
thing I can say about us,
Mm-hmm.
we take the pictures, but we don't print them out.
Mm. Ain't that the truth? And then you lose your phone or whatever, and then everything's
And then
gone.
everything is gone.
Yep.
And see, pictures are like a diary.
Yeah, that's true.
And see,
True.
yeah, when you used
Yeah.
to do the Polaroid, and you used to see it, and you put them in the album. You go, oh yeah, I
Yes.
remember this and
Yep.
that and that and that. And
Yep.
this is grandma, and this was granny, and this stuff like
Yep.
that. Today we
Yep.
take pictures in a minute,
Yeah.
but we don't go to Walgreens or CVS and get them printed out. And they're like
No.
10 cents or something.
Yeah.
Like you spend more money going to Burger King getting a Happy Meal or something
Yes.
than and you get them printed out and you can
That is
make an
so
album.
true. We need to
You
do
really,
that.
people need to
Yeah.
start. Even myself, we're good for taking selfies,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we save them and then we get a new phone. The pictures are
Yep.
gone, phone,
Yep.
and once it's
Yep.
gone, it's gone. It's
That's it.
gone as it didn't exist.
Yep. That's
Hmm.
it. That is so true.
So before we
Wow.
go, I know there's some people who have had different types of illnesses that affect the skin, like lupus.
Yeah. Lady Nika, who was in the chat, Lady
Right,
Nika has
right. She
lupus.
has lupus,
Yes. And
and
I just found out my best friend just was diagnosed with lupus.
my niece has lupus, and it does it affects their skin and their skin
Yes.
coloration. My niece
Yep.
has like light spots. It's
Okay.
like certain spots actually turn white on her skin.
Yeah. Okay.
She her top of her head, she has alopecia baldness, and all
Okay.
that is from the lupus. There's different types of lupus. But
Yes.
when you start doing your stuff, keep
Mhm.
people who have certain
Yes.
challenges in mind that doesn't fit
Yep.
in the basic category.
Yes.
And these are the ones that don't have a problem supporting and
Yes.
gravitating to you because they want what everybody else has, or they want what they used to have.
They used to
And
have
illness
absolute.
has taken over and trying to tell them something different. And
Yes.
nobody likes to look sick. You
No, no,
know,
no.
nobody likes to
And
look
that's
sick.
and that's exactly why I feel like if you feel good, if you I feel like if we do stuff to make ourselves, just enhance our beauty that we already have, I just feel
Mhm.
like it does boost that within us. It just makes you feel good. I mean, you put on a lipstick or a gloss or like I said, like lashes, like that makes everything. If you
I know it
lose
does.
your hair or something like that or whatever, you got on a like your head wrap or whatever, or you don't have on anything. You got your little eyebrows are arched, your lashes are on, a gloss, and you go on about your day and you feel good. And you don't need a whole lot. And
But
I just
you
I
know
just
what's
think the
addictive
smallest things. Mm-hmm.
is eyelashes.
Mm-hmm.
They're addictive. I got to get mine set
They
done
are.
again.
They are.
It's like, when are you going to do my eyelashes? When are you going to do? Because when I do my eyelashes, I'll get my eyelashes done. I just have that, and I put on some lipstick, and I feel dressed up and pretty. I feel like
Yeah.
I wake up gorgeous because I
Yep.
have
I
the
know. That's
lashes.
why I love the individuals because you just wake up and it's like you wake up, you can go. Now I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. I put on a
It's
little
just so
lippy, and
funny.
I'm
The
like,
first time I
okay,
got them
I'm
done.
good.
Yep.
Little lippy to make it pop,
Yep.
and then I'm good. I
Yep.
don't have to have eyeshadow on. I don't just
No.
make my eyes pop a little lippy with bring some
Yep.
color to me, and I'm good.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and your earrings. One thing, if
Yeah.
you have very
Earrings.
short hair,
Yeah.
have big earrings in your
Big
ears.
earrings.
Always big earrings.
Yes.
Always.
Because you want a focal point. You want show off what you got. Yeah, when I was working in that salon, that's when because I had never wore lashes before working there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when they did my lashes, that was it. I had to have them done every week. I was back there in that chair, and I had got the extensions done. I think once I got the extensions done, but after that, I would just keep the individuals because they pretty much stayed in for a couple weeks or whatever. So yeah, but I was back there every week or two, whatever. I'm back there in the chair I had to have my lashes. That was it.
So and then now you learn to do your own.
Yep, yeah, yep. After that, yeah, I was like, well, I'm popping on my own self, and yeah, so you learn how to do things on your own, and
Well,
learn to do it.
each one teach one, and you
Yep,
take your learnings and
yep,
make it lucrative.
yep, yeah, yeah,
And
and
if
that's
they're
what it's
that,
about.
because there are some people that are willing to learn,
Yeah,
and there are some people that are not willing to learn.
mhm.
They'll come to you to get it done.
They just want to
So
get it done.
you'll be able to like, all right,
Yep,
I charge this for
yeah,
teaching, and I
mhm.
charge this for actually doing it.
Yes, yes,
I
yep.
cook, I knit, I sew, I can crochet, I know crafts. And when people see
Wow.
my stuff, they're like, well, can I pay? No, no, I made that mistake. I do it for you, and then you want to find out reasons to try to look through to find something wrong with it because
Yeah,
now you don't want to pay the price.
no,
So what I do now is like, I'll tell you what, I'll teach you how to do it.
yeah. There you go.
I only give gifts like that personally. I always make my gifts.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I make my gifts. But that has a lot to do with my era in time.
Yeah,
If
it
we
does.
had to learn how to cook and sew, was we weren't
Yes.
considered a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were not considered a woman, so we were
Yeah.
taught how to be homemakers. Where
Yeah.
today they taught you how to be business people and work.
Yes.
We During my time, we only worked in a factory unless you were a nurse
Mm.
or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, or a
Okay.
cashier or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know how to do it all.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
how to do it all. So when I need to do it, if I get an idea to do it, I have
Mm-hmm.
the equipment to do it.
Yep. Yep.
And like I'm be giving classes soon for sewing. I have
That's
5 sewing
great.
machines, yeah, and
Wow.
I'll
Yeah.
do sewing classes. And I taught my
Mhm.
granddaughter how to do it, and she makes a little money at the college because these kids don't know how to sew on a button.
You know what?
She
And
knows how, and she could
people
charge them
really
2 or 3 bucks
need
to
the
sew on a
importance.
button, and to do
Yep.
stuff like that, and to take in
Yep.
her pants and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And she makes little
Mm-hmm.
chump change money.
Yep.
But it's always good to learn how to do things on your own.
Yeah.
Well, April, I'm going to end this right now. This
All righty.
live. I thank you so much for willing to come on my channel, which is
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to grow here and
Yes.
enlighten people. I will
You
call you later
definitely.
on to give and
Yes.
ask you some more questions I need to get from you so I can get a release because I need permission, a written
Okay.
permission for you to go on television. Okay, I can't
Okay.
just put you
Yeah.
on TV. I have
Okay.
to have a release form from you,
Okay.
or else
No
they won't
problem.
accept you.
Okay.
And But I enjoy. You look gorgeous, people.
Yay.
Look at that. You got to see how she does it. Well, anyhow,
Absolutely.
people, I thank you for tuning in to
Mm-hmm.
TR's Reality After Chemo TV.
Yes.
And we look forward for April coming back and showing us
Yeah.
a routine, a nighttime routine. Maybe we can hit it up after,
Mm-hmm.
um, just a little bit before Valentine's Day, where people get
Yep.
ready and do all the extra stuff so they can be ready.
Yes.
That'll be
Exactly.
great. And
Yep.
don't forget, for those who don't know April, and this is the first time, please support her channel on
Thank
YouTube, which is Ask April. She's on there every day, and sometimes a
you.
couple times a day. So just check her out and listen to see
Yep.
what she's got going. And
Yeah.
she's building her brand, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just get her now, because you know what,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of months from now it may be hard to get her, and you're going to wish that you had.
Yeah.
So signing off, I
I
love you
appreciate
and I thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss T.
Hey,
I
hi,
appreciate
hi,
you.
hi, come on, hi, up,
Oh, wait a minute. Where'd I go?
your camera. Yeah, there we go.
Where'd I go?
I don't know.
I left.
Oh, there you go. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Uh, I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But anyway, we thank April for coming in on. And oh, I think she came back. Let's see. Did she come back? There
Oh,
she is. Maybe.
I'm
There
sorry. I was
you
trying to give you a high five.
Oh, go ahead. Give it now. High five.
Okay. Boom.
Okay. And
All right.
she gave me a virtual high five. So we look forward to seeing April again. And don't forget to support her. And
Thank
remember,
you.
knowledge is power and be a blessing and give someone a smile. We'll talk to
Absolutely.
you later.
Amen. All righty. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.